Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special edition of the Tuesday Night Live Stream. My name is TJ, and not only am I going to be roasting your absolutely stupid Letterboxd accounts to the goddamn ground, but I will also be revealing the films that make up the Cinemateq Top 100, the 100 best films of all time, as voted on by this community. Get in the chat and say hello, because I'm going to be saying hello to all of you. But first, I'm just going to be going over very quickly how tonight is going to work. I am on a deadline, kind of, because I am going to see Mission Impossible tonight, the new one. So I got to be out of here at 9 o'clock. So we've got 3 hours. We've got 3 hours to get this done. And don't worry, we're goddamn well going to do it. How are we going to do it? Well, by keeping you in suspense for as long as possible, because I'm a content creator. So what we're going to do is we are going to roast some poor hapless son of a bitch, and then I'm going to reveal a section of the top 100 list, and then I'm going to roast someone else, and then more of the list will appear right before your eyes. So that is how this is going to work until we are done, but please remember, I am out of here at 9 o'clock. So for people who super chat, we're still going to be honoring those, but if for some reason I need to get out of here, then we're just going to finish the super chats on the next live stream. That's how it's got to go. So let's say hello to everyone in the chat. Let's see what's going on. My goodness, a lot of people just hopped into the chat. So we had Planet Bizarre here first. What's up? Davenstein's here. Tim's here. Eli's here. Nocturo's here. RTR is here, giving out spoilers. Don't do that. Gabe is here. Crossfire's here. What's up? Sean, Trey, Seb, TJ, other TJ. Trash Grin, I don't think I've seen you in the chat before. Have I? You seem new to me. Hawk, what's up? Mike Dude, how's it going? Dan Madison, hello, hello. Bone Snap, who else is here? Jeremy, 9 o'clock on the dot? Yes, basically. Duke Salwas, what about Joe? I don't know who that is. Danlo, what's going on? And Joshua Breen, you have a last name shared with a villain in Star Trek. Good for you. Seti, Ivy, Hawk, my goodness. So many people. And Hawk is actually asking a very good question. What have you guys seen recently? Let me know in the chat. So, why don't we... Oh, son of a bitch. Did someone just get me with a Joe Mama joke? You know what? Live stream's canceled. Good night, everybody. Just kidding. So... why don't we start things off the way that we normally start things off, with a good old-fashioned roast. This time, let me just get all the spit out of my mouth down into my stomach where it belongs. Why don't we start off with the roast of some poor hapless bastard named Cayden. And Cayden's going to be a very interesting case for us. You want to know why? Right off the bat, they're just letting us know that they love shitty movies. So what the hell am I supposed to do? As a professional roaster, should I just compliment everything that they do, but do it sarcastically because I know that might hurt them the most? Or should I just confirm for the next 10 minutes or so that they actually love the shittiest of shit films? Considering that your profile picture looks like someone who is... Considering that your profile picture looks like someone who definitely just jerked off into your Domino's delivery, I'm just going to have to go with the roasting option. Thank you very much. Maybe there was some roasted red peppers on that special Domino's delivery. So, what else do we know about Cayden? How about the fact that they're from San Diego, which we all know is Latin for a whale's vagina. And they have a particular set of favorite films, the first of which I have no idea what it is, although the movie poster kind of looks like, huh? That's a different movie poster. I had a good thing to say about that other movie poster. Now it's just a girl lying down in bed. That's not interesting. A disillusioned filmmaker has an encounter with a younger girl who has a ritual of repeating "tomorrow is my birthday" every day. He tries to communicate with her through his video camera. Wait, have we roasted this person already? Have I lost my mind? Because I feel like we have. I don't know if I remember Brothers and Citizen Above Investigation, Investigation of a Citizen Above Suspicion, or Donnie Darko, but I remember that film. This weird looking poster thing here where it looks like a demon is like picking the lice out of a woman's head. That's not sexy at all. I mean, maybe it is for you. Once again, we are not here to kink shame. So we also have a very interesting sort of setup here. We have a black and white filler to the favorite films with a bit of color over here and maybe a little bit of skin tone coming in. Also a film about another brother cucking another brother. Who is this? I know it's her. I know her. But who are the other two? Ah, yes. Spider-Man and Electro. Man, this movie plays a whole lot differently now that No Way Home has come out, or whatever that other Spider-Man movie was. Apparently it's also horrible, so who knows, I haven't actually seen it. What I can get, though, from this favorite films is this person is really into being depressed. Like, they wear it as a badge of honor. They see it as an identity trait that they want to then put out into the world and say, that's right, I am going to come to all of your parties and ruin them. And they're going to have a great time doing it, but in a depressed way. And then we see them, I think, trying to get out of that little streak because they have recently watched Team Hot Wheels, The Origin of Awesome, El Gato, which I think is just a Spanish poster for The Cat. Oh, The Cat in the Hat. Anchorman 2 and Chicken Little. Anchorman 2, 2 stars. Interesting. A way worse, unnecessary, unwanted sequel with Drake and Kanye cameos. Wait, Drake and Kanye are in this film? I don't remember that. I was drunk when I watched it, and I was in a city that I'm not normally in, Burlington, but that shouldn't erase my memory. It shouldn't erase my memory at all. Apparently, though, Team Hot Wheels, The Origin of Awesome, was a better film because it got a hell yeah, bro, as a review. Love that nuance. Love to see that nuance. What else do we got going on here? Wait, what? 4 stars for Cat in the Hat. Needs some ket right now. You mean ketamine? You need ketamine? After watching The Cat in the Hat, it might not be ketamine. My drug slang is not good because I'm an old man who still struggles with whether I should call weed or marijuana or Mary J, you know? I have that kind of a problem. So what else is going on here? Ooh, a popular review for The Wizard of Oz. Fuck it, 0 stars. Hold on a second. Are you roasting The Wizard of Oz vicariously through me right now? Let's do this properly. Fuck it, 0 stars. Fuck this shit. Dorothy a bitch. The dog a bitch. Scarecrow a bitch. Tin Man a bitch. All the witches are bitches. Lion motherfucker a bitch. Candace a bitch. Dorothy family a bitch. Fuck everything about this film. No wonder that killed himself on set. That tornado was the greatest thing ever should have. Killed that bitch Dorothy. Worst film of all time. Whoa. You know, I don't often suggest therapy for people, but maybe you should go see someone. Maybe you should go see someone about that. Might be some anger issues here that I'm picking up on, and maybe they're not healthy. Also, you have a very popular review for The Face of Another. If I could go back in time, I would show this to a Victorian child. Why? Would you want to traumatize them? Do you want to put people into therapy? I think maybe you have this reversed. You are the one who needs to be marching yourself down towards that. So, Cayden, let's take a look at these dumb old lists. What are your comfort films? I don't care. Spider-Man ranked, it's probably stupid. The anti-watch list, reasons why I won't watch. Oh, wait, what? They won't watch The Sixth Sense because the trailer gives it away. They won't watch Shawshank Redemption. Oh, wait, excuse me. They won't watch The Sixth Sense because the kid sees dead people. Bruce Willis is dead. Shocker. I mean, it kind of was in 1999. Green Mile, the guy dies. Why do we need to watch 3 hours of him being a bitch? Because the death penalty's bad, you heartless son of a bitch. That's why. Godfather trilogy, 9.5 hours of Italians talking. Yeah, but they're speaking English the whole time, so it's not so bad. Women talking, title says it all. I mean, I really hope that's a joke. Otherwise, that's just a really misogynist piece of shit thing to say. You absolute fucking goon. Boo onto you. I should pour hot, scalding oil all over your body, except you might enjoy that too much, especially considering I think that your profile picture is from, what is that movie? The one with the torture that I talk about sometimes. Not the one with the torture, but the other one with the torture. The Japanese one with the torture. It's a very specific one about torture. Ichi the Killer. Yeah, that has oil torture in it. You're probably into that. Never mind. Films with Bill Skarsgård where there is a naked grandma with saggy tits. There's more than one? Ugh. I don't think I want to know that information. I'm just going to skip over that one entirely. Movies where Steve Carell's in a horrible family, yeah, but the Little Miss Sunshine family, they grow. They become more than what they started out as. It's a coming-of-age story, probably. Not really anything that we need to discuss, though. So why don't we just take a look quickly here? Because I know you guys, you just want to see the Cinemateq Top 100. I know you want to see it. You're clamoring for it. You want it so badly that you're desperately hitting the like button right now. So why don't we just take a quick look, see what this person thinks is a shit film, see what they think is a good film, make fun of both in fun ways. Hey, look at that. They gave Terrifier 3, a movie that comes out in over a year, a half star. Congratulations, you're a fucking troll, dude. Also, why are people able to give reviews on this already? Letterboxd, fix your website. And hold on a second. Do I see with my own toon eyes here Hocus Pocus at a half star? That movie has a goddamn black cat in it, asshole. Are you trying to commit some sort of hate crime against my kitty? I'm gonna find you, and I'm gonna do something worse than pouring hot oil all over you. When I say hot oil, I mean boiling oil. I don't want to give you an erection or anything like that. So I'm going to do the worst thing I can possibly think of, which is to tape your eyes open and force you to watch both Avatar films back to back. Actually, you know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get two TVs and I'm going to play Avatar 1 and Avatar 2 on separate TVs and force you to watch them simultaneously with the sound on for both. So not only do you get subjected to Avatar 1 and 2 at the same time forever, but you can't even enjoy them because one is always interrupting the other. Congratulations, you're in hell now. What else we got going on down here? Ready Player One, Airplane Mode, Emoji Movie. Yeah, those are bad movies for sure. Hocus Pocus, though, definitely better than all of them. I also see Jaws down here at a 1.5 star, so I guess maybe you're just not into classic cinema, you're not into movies that absolutely change the game when it comes to distribution. You sound like maybe you're trying to be an edgy edgelord type. Wait, didn't you have Donnie Darko in your top 4? Never mind, it all makes sense to me now. Why don't we just flip it around to the top then and see what other bad attempts that... Let's see what other films you got in here at 5 stars that are probably just ways for you to get back at your parents. G-Force. Are you fucking kidding me? This movie is a 5 star, but you're going to put Jaws at 1.5. I think I'm going to throw up not only all over myself, but all over everyone in the audience for Mission Impossible tonight. That is some bullshit. Bullshit. Then we also have some kind of interesting picks like Jackass number 2. Is that cinema? Is it on the same level as Come and See? I don't know. We also got Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse. Man. Mishima, which I imagine you only Mishima, because I imagine you only watched it because you saw the title of it, or rather the poster for it, not that poster, the one that you picked for it. It's just so colorful and bright, kind of like these Spider-Verse movies. And then we have films like The Shining and Seven Samurai, Doctor Strangelove, Face of Another, because you might be a basic Criterion bitch, although you're trying to hide it. I can tell you're trying to hide it, even though you have other films in here, like Fallen Angels, that's in the collection. I'm sure there's other here. I'm not going to look. Oh, look at you, rating both Kill Bill Volume 1, Kill Bill Volume 2, and Kill Bill The Whole Bloody Affair, all 5 stars. Look, we get it. You like watching Uma Thurman in a skin-tight leather yellow vest thing bodysuit. Congratulations. What else we got going on here? Is that Interstellar? Ugh. Fucking Nolan people. Nolan people, man. Look, we got The Dark Knight down here too. Ugh. Nolan fanboys. They're the worst. Borat 5 stars. Look, the guy just hates his wife, all right? Leave him alone. I'm talking about the person I'm roasting, not Borat. And I think that's probably all we need to do here because we have business to attend to. We have things that we need to do that involve discussing the greatest 100 films of all time. So, Cayden, congratulations on getting roasted before one of the most momentous occasions in film history. That's right. The first ever Cinemateq Top 100. Now, this is going to be interesting. And you don't know why it's going to be interesting yet. And I'm going to tell you right now. About 150 people, in fact, exactly 150 people voted on this. And they each gave me 10 films that they thought were the best, which means out of those 150 people, about 700-ish unique films were voted on, were submitted, right? One of those was the Emoji Movie. Another one was Morbius. Did they make it into the top 100? I guess we're just going to have to wait and see and find out, huh? But we won't have to wait for long. But what I do want to let you all know before we get right into this is that there were some massive ties. And by massive, I mean the amount of films involved in the ties. So this list is going to look a little interesting. We're not going to be breaking this up by like film 100 to 90 or 90 to whatever. We're basically going to be doing it by the huge amount of redonkulous ties. The first of which, and this one's not going to have a lot of pomp and circumstance and ceremony around it because it is ridiculous, we are going to be looking at the 40 film tie for 97th place, which we're going to look at like this. Don't worry, the rest of the reveals will look cool and awesome, but for tied for 97th place, this is how we're going to be doing it. So we have on this list 8.5, Amadeus, Before Sunrise, Birdman, you know, the one with Michael Keaton, Blowout, Children of Men, Climax, Dead Poets Society, Dr. Strangelove, Fargo, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Funeral Parade of Roses, Gran Torino, Heat, Inglourious Bastards, Jaws, Jojo Rabbit, Knives Out, La Dolce Vita, Little Women. That's just half. There's still 20 more to do. And they include, and these are all in alphabetical order, Lost Highway, Memories of a Murder, Once Upon a Time in the West. I think I voted for that one. Only Yesterday, Paths of Glory, Rear Window, RoboCop, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Seven, Suspiria, the original Suspiria, The Grand Budapest Hotel, The Handmaiden, The Holy Mountain, The Lion King, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, The Royal Tenenbaums, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, Titanic, Twin Peaks, Fire Walk with Me, and Zodiac. So there you go, all of the films that tied for 97th place. 40 films. And also, just so you guys know, this is the way I have it set up right now. I may change my mind later, but I will be releasing a list later tonight on Letterboxd that has all of the films in it. However, I am not including the films that tied for 97th place, because that would mean that there is going to be 137 films in our Cinemateq Top 100, and I think that's just a little bit silly. So the list that I will be releasing tonight will only include the 96 films that made it properly into the top 100 with no ties, although there's still a lot of ties. They're just all actually in the top 100. Now we all get to speculate if our choices that don't appear here are, greater than or less than. That's true. I've seen 35 out of 40 movies that were tied for 97th place. Dory, you did that real quick. Rutrow, I'm responsible for some of these. Suspiria, RoboCop, Blowout. Okay, just to be clear though, and I'm going to go away here. These films that tied for 97th place, I can't remember exactly how many votes each they got, but it was at least 3. So to claim that you're individually responsible for some of these, you're not. Other people also voted. I'm just gonna do a quick check. Actually, I wanna see what the tie for 97th was. Yeah, the tie for 97th was 3 votes. Each film got 3 votes, and then we're just gonna progress on from there. The film that got first place, 22 votes. But is that a tie? I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. So now that we have roasted one person and done some fantastic revealing of the top 100, I think it's only right that we check in with someone named Carter who needs to be roasted. And I said their name like that because they have an exclamation mark in their name. And that's stupid because now every time I say their name, I have to yell. So this is the last time that I am going to say that person's name. I'm just going to be saying he and him forever because I assume, based on the name, that this is in fact a male presenting person. And isn't it just wonderful that we do have Knives Out here and also a profile picture from Suspiria? Yes, I recognize those drapes anywhere. So already 2 of the films that are in the, I guess, 97th place for best film of all time are represented in front of us. But oh my gosh, what do we have down here in the favorite films from Carter from, God damn it, I said their name again and I said that I wouldn't. Son of a bitch. Well, anyways, what are the 4 favorite films from this person from Fargo? A little bit of alliteration for all of us. And I just want to just say here, even though that Knives Out is in the top 100 and we know that now for sure, I kind of hate how it's being used here as part of a shit sandwich in these favorite films, because we have Knives Out, A Matter of Life and Death, Blowout, and La La Land. Oh my God, it's La La Land again. Carter, why do you do this to me? It's almost like you guys know that you're going to get roasted and you just slot La La Land in there for fun. Because you know that I'm just going to want to strangle your puny little fucking necks. And the only way to prevent me from doing that is from liking this live stream. Do you get it? All right. So I'm just going to move on from those top 4 favorites because they're just making me mad already. And take a look at your recent activity. Looks like someone is getting into shape for Mission Impossible 7 Part 1. Good for you. I actually just watched Fallout just last night, and you know what? It's better than I remember. Although, Rogue Nation, not as good as I remember. Ghost Protocol, also not as good as I remember. And here you are giving it a 4 stars. What did you say about it? That was great, but where does he go at the end? To the bank for all the money that he made. I assume you're talking about Tom Cruise. And you also asked some questions about did he evaporate? Maybe, although I don't know if Scientologists have any water in their body. They've never confirmed or denied that. You also watched a film called The Outlaws recently. What in the good gosh darn is this? Oh my God, is this what Pierce Brosnan has decided to do with the rest of his life? Just play like people who have really shitty goatees? Oh, gross. So, that's Nina Dobrev? Wait, isn't she from The Internet? The Internet people are acting now. That can't be good. So yeah, I guess it makes sense that this film would only have 1.5 stars, which makes me wonder why you watched it in the first place. What did you even say about it? 1.5 stars for Michael Rooker and Richard Kind. If only my family liked to watch good movies. Isn't that always the case? Because they definitely do not. You also watched films called Miracle Mile, but I want to look at your popular reviews. Ooh, you had a popular one for Everything Everywhere All at Once. But sorry, man. It's just a little too long and we're pressed for time. So why don't we look at this popular review for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, because this one was a little bit shorter, and I always like them when they're a little bit shorter. So this one got a 3.5 star, and you said it wasn't phenomenal, which of course means it gets a 7 out of 10. Something that's phenomenal, not phenomenal, getting a 7 out of 10. I think maybe you are being a little bit too lax, but hey, it's your rating, and the only thing I can do is call you a dumbass for it. Dumbass. You continue, but so much fun, an incredibly killer ending, great way to go out, and I even got a bit teary at the end. Was it at that moment when Indiana Jones got his hat so we could get an erection? We've talked about this before. I'm not going to tread over it too much. But I think the ending of Dial of Destiny is hilarious because it ends with a shot of Indy getting his hat after he just hugged or maybe kissed Marion. I can't remember which one that it was. So my theory is that he needs the hat to get an erection. It's his Viagra, you see. So yeah, I think that's what you're getting teary about specifically. The fact that an 80-year-old man got an erection. Way to go. What do we got going on here in the list? You've got 12 of them. Goodness gracious. Some of my favorite films. Don't care. You've already shown that you have bad taste by having La La Land in your top 4. 2023 ranked. That's boring. A24. I mean, what even is this list? It's not all the A24 films. So what? Is this all the A24 films that you've watched? Congratulations. You're someone who exists in 2023. Summer 2023 watch list. I don't care. Why are you spending so much time in a theater? Go outside. It's the summer, goddammit. The sun will go away eventually. Cinematography bests. Ooh, this is something that we don't see very often. And naturally, you have Persona up 1. Oh my god, is this just pure Criterion nonsense? There's a lot of Criterion stuff here. Serves as my part watch list and part list to remember and reference. Hold on. If this is a watch list, or at least partially a watch list, that means that you haven't seen some of these films. So what the fuck am I supposed to do with that, Carter? Said your name again, and I said I want it. Hey, look at that. I've seen 77% of these. Not bad. I don't know why I just burped. So what do we got in here? What do we got in here? Anything I would just look at this and say, "Aw, no, that's stupid." I mean, you got Boiling Point here, man. Look, we all know that the one-take films, those are really hard to pull off, but also it's not as audacious as something like Victoria, and that just needs to be said out loud, and I think Victoria actually looks better. So if that's the sort of reason why this film is here, you should consider removing it and replacing it with another film that's better that's better. What else we got going on in here? The Batman? Why? Because you really love the color red? Give me a break. Also, putting Grand Budapest Hotel in here, like any Wes Anderson film, sure, the cinematography is good, but if you ever got one of Wes Anderson's cinematographers to do like a more conventional film, it would probably just look very average. The thing that makes Wes Anderson films look as good as they do is the production design and the placement of the figures in that production design. The actual cinematography is just basically shoot on straight, find symmetry, and there you go. I guess maybe he's good at lighting, but it's all very flatly lit anyways, so fuck it. That's a dumb entry here. And you also have Konieskiewicz. I said that wrong, I don't care. And sure. I mean, there's a lot of really great cinematography films here that you didn't have. I didn't see every single Roger Deakins film as an example, so automatically your list is incomplete. But that's exactly what I would expect from someone from Fargo, North Dakota. You're lazy, is what I'm saying. What else do we have going on here? Famous director, ultimate sight and sound list. What? Movies that are on the sight and sound list of famous directors. Oh. So wait, which famous directors did you pick? Scorsese, Bong Joon-ho, Anderson, Carpenter, Wright, Astor, Ty West, Eggers, Safdie, Schrader. All men. Stop loving men so much. There are good women directors. Come on. I haven't actually seen Sanctuary. Carter in the chat. Are you this Carter that I'm talking about? Cineminions, Absolute Cinema. Okay, confirming that this person is in fact 13 years old. Congratulations on making it to high school. You're going to get wedgied a lot. It's just a fact of life, kid. So why don't we instead stop with these shenanigans and take a look at Carter's lowest first. Is there going to be anything atrocious down here? Only 3 films. Only 3 films at the half star. And you gave They Them a half star. I haven't seen it, but I heard it was better than that. Although maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the people are wrong. Maybe everyone is wrong. And it seems like you're getting into the mids pretty quickly here. 3 stars on your first page and there's 10 films here, Carter? I don't know. I don't know about you, because the problem here is that I can't trust any of your high ratings because you're rating everything so well. This whole thing is going to be 5 stars, isn't it? Yeah, this whole page is 5 stars, and you haven't even seen that many films. How many films have you seen? Less than 1,000, Carter. I've seen like quadruple the amount of films as you have, and I have less 5-star films than you. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. TJ, did you see the curve? Depends on what we're talking about. In one instance, yes, always. In another instance, this instance particularly, no. Wow. Holy shit, you could downhill ski on this thing. Or, opposite, you could get a pretty sick air off of that if you're on a BMX. You probably want it to peak a little bit more, but yo, that's a good ramp. Not for rating films. That's stupid and ridiculous. You should feel ashamed of yourself. But yeah, you could do some sick jumps off that. Or do some great downhill skiing, as I said. So there's La La Land in 5 stars, thus making me want to gag. What else we got going on here? Oh, is that The Last Jedi with a 5-star? You don't see that every day. I mean, it's an overestimation of how good it is, certainly, but I'm just kind of surprised. I'm really surprised that it's just right there. I don't think I've ever seen a Last Jedi 5-star before. Yeah, I've never seen that, actually. They also have new films like Sanctuary here. Is Sanctuary actually that good? Like, I know it's a horny film, and that's cool, but like, does that make it a good movie? Eyes Wide Shut is not just good for being horny. It's good because it's a good movie, you know? The horniness just adds to it. And then we have a lot of other things going on here. I don't think I'm going to call you a basic criterion bitch, but you're also you're just a little, you're on the, what do you say, the precipice? Yeah, you're on the edge looking down into the basic criterion bitch crater that exists. The BC, basic criterion bitch, the BCBC. Yeah, that thing. That's a place that exists in my head now. So yeah, I still need to see Ida, actually. You know what? I'm a little bit distracted because I just really want to do the Cinemateq Top 100. So these may not be the best roast, but at the same time, I think that one's good. I think that one's fine. I think we're done with that. Oh, I should probably also take off the short film filter that I had on. No, I don't want to see. No, I don't want to only see them. What are you doing? I want to see everything. There we go. There we go. Wait. Tino's dick fart? What the hell is this? A fake advert for Tino's dick fart device? Oh, it's by Ari Aster. What? The wonder kid of modern cinema made a film called Tino's dick fart device? TDF really works? Did it really work at blowing up this truck? What? Oh no. And Ari Aster stars in it as well. Wow, the star power here is incredible. You know what, Carter? That's it. That's it for you. We got other things we got to do today, and we are on a time limit. Who do we got showing up here in the chat? We got Dory here. Hello, Tori. Timmy. Carter is another Carter. Well, all right. Knox of Spades is here. What's up? This is why I watch my fave films twice before rating. You get caught up in the movie experience. Very true. Very true. Logan's here as well. Brianna's here. What the hell did I just walk into? As always, Brianna, you walked into Tino's dick fart at the very end. You should probably stop doing that. I know that Tino is one of your best friends and that it's difficult for you to avoid being around Tino, but that doesn't always mean that you need to be around when his dick is farting. So that's something that you could probably work on. Just saw City of God. Would have put it in my ballot if I saw it before I submitted. So that's the wonderful thing about the Cinemateq Top 100 is that we're going to do it every year, and so you can update. Your ballot every single year. I'm probably going to end up doing that, even though the films that I picked this time around were some of the best ever, and it would be really weird if I were to suddenly change my mind on them. Speaking of the Cinemateq Top 100, I think it's time that we reveal the next batch of films, don't you? Now, these next films, will be the films. Thank you, Ford Harris, for the super chat. If you want a very specific for you thing, what do we call? What do we say here? Letterboxd roast. Then please get into the chat and let me know who you are. You're Underground Man. Fantastic. I didn't even need to trip over my words that much. You already knew what to do. So we're going to roast you next. But first, we are going to look at the next group of films for the Cinemateq Top 100. So we've already done Tied for 97th place. Now we're going to be doing, I think, Tied for 77th place. That's right. 20 films tied for 77th place. I truly hope that the next time we do this, we get way more people voting so that we can get rid of some of these kind of ridiculous ties. But in any case, let's get into the films that are tied for 77th place in the Cinemateq Top 100. Starting off with, and remember, these are in alphabetical order, Avengers Endgame, Barry Lyndon, Before Sunset, Blue Velvet, Brazil, Citizen Kane, Evil Dead 2, Her, Ikiru, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Network, one of my favorite images in the whole thing, Once Upon a Time in America, Paris, Texas, Punch Drunk Love, Requiem for a Dream, The Exorcist, The Lighthouse, The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, Videodrome, Your Name. And those are all of the films that tied for 77th place in the Cinemateq Top 100. So there you have it, everyone. I'm just going to load up the next roast, which will be for our super chatter, Ford Harris, somehow managing to combine the name of a car company, and a word that reminds me of pubic hair. Should have saved that one for the roast. So what is your thing? Underground Man. Ford H. Yeah, that's probably you. I'm just going to take a quick look at this. Okay, this is easy. It's like I'm just walking. Love this PowerPoint presentation. Thank you very much. It took me way longer than it should have to put together. I didn't expect it to even make the list. Now I Can Die Happy. With Requiem getting in. This community should be ashamed for putting Avengers Endgame at 77. Yeah, but Dory, maybe there's other things that you're going to be more ashamed of later. Or rather, this community should be. Maybe that's not the only Marvel film in this whole list. Do you ever think of that? Has any woman director shown up on the list yet? I'm going to say no. There is not a lot of non-male directors in here. And you know what? We're gonna maybe talk about that a little bit at the end, but I don't want to spoil any surprises. For later. What I do want to spoil, though, is Ford Harris's night by roasting him a lot. And I plan on doing this by first pointing out the fact that they are located in Winky's Diner, which definitely sounds like a place that has exactly 3 glory holes in the bathroom. And now I want to focus on their profile picture, which is the absolute last thing I want to see when I'm looking through a glory hole. Good God damn, are you trying to get an invitation into my nightmares? Because that invitation is rescinded. I would like to sleep tonight. Moving on from this, though, we can see that Ford here, Mr. Ford H, has a bio, and you know what we need to do with someone who has a bio. We need to read it and then make fun of it. So here we go. Everyone has at some... Wait, I need to start this again because this is a quote. Everyone has at some time heard of the springs and the mountain and the cloud, but most people remain on the dusty highway for fear of not reaching some unknown destination before evening. From Fanny and Alexander, the TV version. So I think we definitely probably have a basic Criterion bitch on our hands because they just quoted a Bergman film at us for no fucking reason. And apparently this profile picture, instead of being the thing that you never want to see in a glory hole, is from the Canadian short Stump the Guesser, which as a whole short film, would probably also be not the thing you want to see when you look through a glory hole. Glory holes are scary on their own unless you are there for the glory. So what else we got going on here in this bio? My top 200 favorite movies? I mean, we're not going to do that. This is Cinemateq Top 100 time. You also have favorite filmmakers, which I guess we'll just get to in your lists. And then, hey, guess what? They gave us a system that's numerically based, that's different than the system that's there. Thank you for this translation layer. You're kind of like a Macintosh trying to run a game. Translation layers all the way down. That is a joke for the computer people in the audience. So why don't we now take a look at the favorite films of Ford Harris? And I do happen to know that The Knights of Cabiria is a Criterion film. Now I'm just trying to suss out whether or not you're a basic Criterion bitch or not. The Turin Horse, I can't remember. The New Land, I think is. And this film called Yo-Yo, I don't know. Hold on, is this a film about how yo-yo became a thing? Like it's a film about the birth of the yo-yo? What? The story follows the son of a millionaire from the 1920s to the 1960s. After losing his fortune in the stock exchange crash, he teams up with an equestrian and becomes a circus clown. Okay, that's an interesting move, I guess. I'm sure people need to laugh during a depression. Yo, when we get a depression, I'm probably going to start doing really well on this channel, right? Because I'm funny, right, guys? You would tell me if I wasn't funny, right? Yeah, I'm definitely funny. So what else we got going down in here? 2001: A Space Odyssey, Vivre sa vie, Nymphomaniac Volume 2. Hold on. Why did you give Volume 2 4 stars? Oh my God. How could you possibly write a review this long about a movie where Lars Van Trier basically just gets some semi-famous people to fuck each other, or like to get younger versions of themselves to fuck other random strangers? Why am I so overblown? Why, oh why, did I allow the thing to be open? Shit. Okay, wait. Should I do the thing? No, it's fine. We're in the middle of a roast. Now I just look like I'm close to the sun, and that's not cool. So I don't know. I don't need to read about Nymphomaniac Volume 2. I don't want there to be spoilers for myself. I'll get around to watching it eventually. Dressed in Blue, 2001: A Space Odyssey, 5 stars. Interesting. What is this, a Godard film that you gave 3 stars to? The most feeling I got out of this movie was watching Anna Karenina watching The Passion of Joan of Arc. You know what? Valid. Very valid, Ford H. That got 27 likes. Wait, how many followers do you have? That's pretty good. I should be jealous of you, but I'm not going to be because my name isn't Ford. Haha, TJ for the win. So we got some pinned reviews here, but what about popular reviews? Aw, it looks like in the good old popularity contest, Ford, you lose to this fucking ginger. Too bad, so sad. Don't worry about it though. I am a professional content creator. I need to do that every now and again to keep myself humble. So, your most popular review is for What's Up Doc, that movie with Barbra Streisand in it. And I could do the joke from that movie that came out recently where someone couldn't pronounce her name properly, but I'm not going to do that. So what are you saying here? Wait a minute, how long are these reviews? Okay, this one's only a paragraph. These are my Ignis Tambler rocks. Yes, of course they are. Yep, that's basically what this sums up this film very nicely. Totally nonsensical, but in the best of ways. I was actually quite surprised how funny this actually was, even though there really is no logic to it. What are you talking about? Barbra Streisand is Bugs Bunny. That's what she's doing. She's playing Bugs Bunny. That's the film. That's the logic to the film. She's Bugs Bunny, and she's doing Bugs Bunny things. Come on now. There's literally no cars on the street except for those in pursuit, and still they manage to find various challenges without a break. Oh yeah, there's a chase scene in this movie. I think unbelievable was the intent, and you could say that about everything in this movie. Love it. Well, apparently your love is only worth 3.5 stars. So what did you say about It's a Wonderful Life? Actually, you know what? 2 paragraphs, can't do it. Can't be bothered. Hey, Jarp Carp just got here. Equestrian is a really good take on equestrian. Wait, did it say equestrian? Not that it matters to me. Not that I need to pronounce everything. Oh, that is equestrian. Shit. Yeah, you know, it's a complicated day for me because I got a lot going on, you know? The sun's out when I thought it wouldn't be out. Doing the Cinemateq Top 100, I can't be expected to get every little thing right. Also, we got like the most amount of people I've ever had in a live stream in here, except for that one Golden Globes thing. So hello, get in the chat. My name's TJ. You want to get your Letterboxd roasted? Comment in the description box below, or not in the description box below. There's a link that'll take you to a Letterboxd list. Comment on that, and then I'll roast the shit out of you. Join the Discord. Follow me on other social medias. Do those things. Like this live stream. This is what happens when you're new here. You gotta do the things that I say. That's what we're all about. And now I'm gonna head back to Ford. To Ford's lists. To Ford's list. And apparently they have ranked Lars van Trier's films. I wonder if these are ranked by how much he abuses his actors and actresses. Dogville #1. Yes. Confirmed. We also got Dancer in the Dark, Breaking the Waves. All the really lighthearted ones right up top. At least Antichrist wasn't first, though. That would just give me so many bad vibes about you. Like, so many bad vibes if Antichrist is #1. Although somehow Dogville, Dancer in the Dark, and Breaking the Waves don't give me that many better vibes. In fact, The House That Jack Built, #4, that's a bit of a controversial take, isn't it? Should not Melancholia at least be better than that? And also, where is The Idiots? Have you not seen The Idiots? That was one of his big films from the 90s. How have you not gotten around to The Idiots? Shame on you, Ford. Shame on you. Neon Films ranked. Don't care about that. Top 200 of all time. Once again, not going to tread on what we're doing here today with the Cinemateq Top 100. Akira Kurosawa ranked. Only 12 films. You got Akiru first. That was already in the Cinemateq Top 100, so obviously you're wrong. Does that mean that there's other Kurosawa films yet to be revealed in the Top 100? Stick around to find out. Color cinematography, Beautiful Worlds Edition. What? Dude, how pretentious are you trying to be here? Are you in a contest with one of your friends? Personal favorite movies for their achievement in color cinematography and how the look of the film is enhanced by the environment. The environment? The natural environment? Huh? I suppose that's what we're going for here. Although based on your description, I think Godland is a good inclusion here. Aside from that, though, I don't know what to say about this. Playtime looks really good, but a lot of these films I've never seen. So obviously you're pretentious and you should watch more popular movies. Best of movie, 149 films. Wait, how many lists were there? 60? Were there 60-something lists? 64? Nintendo 64? All right, the sun's coming out too bright. I'm just going to take a quick second here. I'll be right back with the Roast of Ford. Don't you worry.
I'll be right back.
Well, I'll be right back.
I'll be right back, Dan.
Richard, do you mind to step aside and let's talk? I'll be back in just a second.
I'll be right back. Don't get dressed.
I've got to leave this room. I'll be right back.
No, don't you leave me here,
I'm coming right back. I give you my word.
Be right back.
And we're back with the Roast of Ford. And now, obviously, I need to turn the lights back up because I just closed the window. The weather. The weather is stupid. And yeah, the sun is very menacing. It has heat death rays all going on in it at all times. So what are we doing here? Oh yeah, the Roast of Ford and their ridiculous 64 lists. We're going to try to find something a little bit unique here. Maybe something that's like, oh, these are the films that I watched that were fun when I was 10, instead of all of these outrageous cinephile films that no one's ever heard of before. Top 50 in the 90s, favorite scenes? How many of these are going to be sex scenes, I wonder? Why do I always assume that everyone is horny? You know what? I take back the sex scene thing now that I see that number one is Showa. Yeah, not a lot of sex scenes in that 9-hour documentary about the Holocaust. Please see notes for detailed descriptions, as this will be updated to include more films. Would love to know your favorite scene. The one with your mom. Boom. So what actually do we have here? The New Land. It contains spoilers. Knights of Cabiria contains spoilers. The harem scene in 8.5. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. Love streams. Ooh, look, there's the horny one. After returning to her brother's home, after frantically shopping for animals, Gina Rowland's character brings back a goat, 2 miniature horses, a dog, a duck, and some chickens. You know what? I don't want this to be a horny film anymore. She is almost out of breath, and we realize how crazy it is as she tries to justify why her brother needs all these animals. Interesting. Let's go, TJ, with your mom joke. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was an original one, by the way. No one's ever done that mom joke before. I'm the originator. You all just saw history. Congratulations. Fanny and Alexander. Ooh, The Ascent. I haven't actually seen a lot of these films, so why am I even bothering with this? I should have just stuck to my guns on trying to call you some sort of film nerd instead of trying to be like, oh yeah, I've seen some of these. I know what's going on. So you know what, nerd? Why don't you go out and touch some grass and stop making these ridiculous top 50 of the 1950s and 2000s lists and your Wes Anderson ranked, although you do have Grand Budapest Hotel, so that's cool. Great Discoveries, films with less than 5K views. Have I seen any of these? I haven't seen any of these. God, this is just making me feel like a bad cinephile. I'm a bad cinephile. Oh no. Why am I even doing these live streams? Am I an authority at all? How can I even hope to create a community when I don't even know some of these movies? Am I a phony? Am I a phony? Nah. Fishton. That's a Wayne's World 2 reference. Welcome to my cinephilia, bitch. Actually, no, it was Wayne's World 1. Purgatorial. Don't care. Most anticipated. I only recognize Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Barbie. Everything else looks dumb. Best of Criterion Channel, not actually Best of Criterion. That's a different thing. Honestly, I think there's too much here. I am more interested now to see what this pure cinephile has in their lowest. Like, what's going on here? Not my ratings, their ratings. Lowest first. What's a half star for this shining star of a cinephile? Batman and Robin, Pearl Harbor Rampage. Yeah, the stuff that you would expect from some hoity-toity cinephile bastard. Also, Wanted's better than a 1 star. You know? It's better than a 1 star. Do the Film Drunk? I mean, he's not in the list. That's got to be done with a super chat. But I do those things for super chats because I love money. Hi there. He also gave Transformers low 1. High Tension at a 1 star. What? Yo, this doesn't deserve a 1 star. That's a solid ass horror movie. I haven't seen it in a long time, so I haven't rated it. But yeah, that's sick. I mean, yeah, 1.5 stars for the core is true, but also, it's awesome. Hard Candy at 1.5 stars. I see people in the chat being like, "Wow, why is that one that low?" And I mean, that's true. Hard Candy, I think, is actually a bit more interesting than that 1.5 star dictates. And I think actually there's maybe a bit of a through line here, right? Because they also gave High Tension a low rating, and these are both films that I would say. Well, I mean, we know that High Tension's part of the new French Extremity, right? And I think that Hard Candy is another one of those films that came out in the mid 2000s that was part of that sort of new Extremity, sort of like getting out there into the world, right? Because High Tension was 2003 and Hard Candy's 2005. There you go. See, everyone likes Hard Candy. See, Ford, you're alone. You're alone, but aren't we all? Sometimes I say things and I just forget. Yo, you actually watched A Glimpse Inside the Mind of Charles Swan III, the very first A24 film, and you think that Hard Candy and The Core are like just as bad as that film? I urge all of you to try to find this film. For one, you never will be able to. But also, like, this is how A24 started. Basically doing a reach around for Roman Coppola, because the people who started A24 were friends with Roman Coppola. This, I think, is how they got their seed money for the company, by like helping produce this absolute travesty of a film that was basically just a version of it was like a Charlie Sheen apology thing, but not really. And that's the original version of West Side Story at 1.5 star. Brianna, if you feel the need to murder someone in the in the chat, please feel free to do so with the lovely emotes that you have access to as a channel member. So what else do we got going on down here? Yes. Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones, a film that is definitely better than Twister, Godzilla, Signs, A View to Kill is pretty shit. Hard Candy. What? High Tension, Jingle All the Way. No, dude, Attack of the Clones is garbage. It's a garbage movie for garbage people. And I'm not saying you're a garbage person. I'm saying you're a pretentious person. But even with your pretentiousness, you're still giving Attack of the Clones way too much credit. Way too much credit. And now I guess we're going to flip around and see what's going on up here at the top end. A little bit more selective, which is nice to see. But then again, it's all just Criterion stuff. And you know what? I'm here to declare it. I'm all about it. We are dealing, my friends, my cinephiles, my cinemaniacs, with a basic Criterion bitch. Got him. There we go. 8.5, close up. A Woman Under the Influence. After Sun probably will be one day, let's be real. The Cook, the Thief, the Wife, and His Lover, pretty sure that's Criterion. Knights of Cabiria. Umberto D. Kess, I think, is. Showa definitely is. Woman in the Dunes. Stalker. The Thin Red Line. Alice in the Cities? It's a Wim Wenders film. Yeah, probably. Decalogue definitely is. Wings of Desire definitely is. Altazard Balthazar definitely is. Bicycle Thieves is. What else? I mean, more. There's more stuff here that's definitely in the Criterion Collection. Paris, Texas, Dr. Strangelove. It would be easier if you kept these as the actual Criterion covers, but yes, I am declaring it. Basic Criterion bitch. Ford, how many films have you seen? Oh, guess what, Mr. Awesome Cinephile? That's still 1,000 less films than I've seen. So guess who's still the Cinephile Supreme? Ginger Man, that's who. 2,788. Look, it's not bad. But it's also kind of pathetic compared to my 3,700. Also, you've watched 416 films this year, meaning you're on pace to watch like what? 750, 770? Maybe, just maybe. And I've already said this once, but I really want to reiterate to you while you're paying attention. Go the fuck outside. It's right there. Go outside. Unless you're on like a floor above floor 1, then don't go immediately outside, But still, like, go downstairs or go down the elevator and then go outside. You need to be able to live life so then you can then look back at the experiences shown in film and assess them more properly. You know? That seems like something that should be obvious to a lot of people. Outside, great. Inside, also great, because that's where the movies are. But still, you need balance. TJ stands for the ginger. You know what? In my years of being alive, I have never thought to just change the G to a J and tell people that that's what TJ stands for. Often when I was younger, I told them that it stood for the Jesus, and that would be my way of starting a cult and getting them to give me money. And they never did. So because, Ford, you did give me a super chat, and I thank you very much for that, I am going to recommend the very next film that you must watch. You must do this. This is the sacred bond that we have formed by you giving me a super chat. I'm going to pick out the next film you're going to watch. So this is what we're going to do. There's a couple of obvious ones here, and I'm still going to go for them because they're not very highly or much watched films, all right? So if you can see it, if you can find it, Rice Boy Sleeps, best Canadian film of last year. Sorry, second best Canadian film of last year. Also, Baskin, great horror film. It's Lynchian until it's disgusting. And then I guess we'll just throw in a couple of others for good fun. Dead Ringers and Pulse. You don't need me to tell you to go watch those, but go watch those, you jerk. And there we go. That is it for the roast of Ford. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope I was funny. Already have a cult that gives you money for roasting, TJ, haha. Oh, yeah, actually, that's true. I mean, I wouldn't really call it a cult, though, you know? I don't think it's a cult. All right, cult. Now it's time to see how the cult voted for the next placement of films. And I think this is tied for 57th. So here are the films that are tied for 57th place. I think it's another 20 films tied for 57th. Let's check. The first film tied for 57th place, and remember, these are in alphabetical order, is American Psycho. Oh, look at that. It's only tied for 59th. Only 18 films tied for 59th place. So, American Psycho. Here we go. Babylon. A film from 2022? You gotta be kidding. Beauty and the Beast. Cinema Paradiso. Come and See. Fallen Angels. Fantastic Mr. Fox. Halloween. High and Low. Hot Fuzz. Old Boy. Perfect Blue. Possession. Okay, hold on. You all saw what the next one was, but I just want to say that, like, when you search for photos or stills from Possession, literally, this is the one that you can find that isn't disgusting. Psycho. Raging Bull. Ratatouille. The Wizard of Oz. WALL-E. And that is where we are going to stop for now, because there's more roasting to do. Oh, yes, there is. But you know what? I haven't really been paying attention to chat that much, and I feel bad about that. So I'm just going to take a look at what's been going on, what you guys have been saying. Not what you've been saying to each other. I don't really care about your conversations, as long as you're being respectful. Be respectful, or else. Or else I'll just ban you. That's the thing. Let's see here. How is Flubber higher than Hard Candy? Because that Ford person had bad taste, but also good taste. Also shout out to Ford for watching lots of great movies and for actually taking the time to see lots of more obscure stuff. That's awesome. I wish I could do more of that. Zombieland at 1.5. Was it really? I missed that. Kneel Before the Ginger Man. That's right. King of the Monsters is the perfect balance of kaiju action and human storylines. No. I regretted saying that Godzilla was good during that roast, because then I realized it wasn't the first one and it was King of Monsters. The human storyline in everything past the first Godzilla is just trash. Hey, I don't make the rules, says Brianna. That's right. I make the rules because I'm the cult leader here. We'll still need to watch Arrival. It's a good movie. Already have... Oh, yeah. Just watch Marcel the Shell with shoes on, and it's so adorable. That is correct. It definitely is. If y'all could choose a death director to make one new film, who would it be? Interesting. Interesting question, Dan. One of our Dans with double A's. If y'all could choose a death director to make a new film, who would it be? Like, the obvious quick answer is Kubrick, right? Because we all want another Kubrick film. But at the same time, I feel like there's got to be a better one than that. Who went out at like the top of their game and then died, aside from Kubrick, who did do that? You know what? It would be kind of actually funny to see Kubrick come back, watch Steven Spielberg's version of AI, and then watch Kubrick like smack him in the face. That'd be kind of fun. I don't think he would, but that'd still be fun. You guys let me know in the chat who's your death director, and then I'll just comment on yours, because I don't have original thoughts right now. Wait, this isn't a cult? I've been misled. Okay, fine, it's a cult. It's a cult, guys. Don't worry about it. I wasted my votes. None of my movies are appearing. Not yet they aren't. And if you guys want, let everyone know like what you voted for as well. Beauty and the Beast. Yep. Hot Fuzz number 1 says Sam. Oh, Sam's here. What's up, Sam? Actually, maybe Galaxy Quest. Could be. Who knows? I voted for 3 of them. Way to go, Sean. Wall-E is too low. It's still pretty good. I'm sorry, but The Wizard of Oz is genuinely so bad. No, it isn't. I mean, not really. Oh yeah, I already said that. Crossfire, no way. Who said Wizard of Oz MGM 39 was bad? Oh man, is this what you guys are going to get into a fight over? I guess animation is over. Why? Why do you think that? That's obviously true, but come on, that's such an unfair comparison. I shouldn't be reading conversation you guys are having with each other. Altman. Oh, Brianna, you would bring back Altman. Interesting. Satoshi Kon. Oh, yo, I'm stealing that from my answer. Yeah. Considering we only got like 4 Satoshi Kon features, I feel like we have been robbed. Tarkovsky getting in here. Another Ozu movie would be nice. But he has to remake a film that he's already remade of his own films, right? Like, you know how Ozu did that thing where he would remake his own films? I would want him to remake a film in 2025 or whatever that he remade in like the 50s that was also a remake of the film from the 30s. That would be cool. I would be into that. Orson Welles. I don't know if Orson Welles went out on top, honestly. And one of his last contributions to the medium of cinema was voicing Unicron in the Transformers animated film from 1986. So I feel like he's already gone out on top, you know? Sergio Leone, yeah. A Star Wars film is going to be in the top 5. LOL, calling it. I guess we'll see. Satoshi Kon died too young, no doubt. Rainier Werner Fassbender died too fast. Yeah, but my God, did he have a film output before he went, eh? I miss Tony Scott. I mean, I don't want anyone to die, you know, but if we're just talking about their output, I was very much over what Tony Scott was doing near the end of his career. Like Deja Vu, that Keira Knightley film, wasn't into that. Probably some other stuff too. What did Tony Scott do at the end of his career? What was his last movie? Here's one for you. Here's a question for chat. The Scott brothers, Ridley Scott and Tony Scott. Best directing brothers of all time. Your rating. I would say without being able to think of another one, unless we're talking about like the Lumiere brothers, I don't think there's any real contest to them, but I would love to know if there is anyone out there. Release date. Newest first. So yeah, these are Tony Scott's films. I guess Unstoppable actually wasn't that bad. And the Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3 was alright too. But like Domino, not great. Sorry, that's the one I was thinking of with Keira Knightley. Ooh, I haven't seen I have seen Spy Game. Actually, that movie's kind of good too. I haven't seen Beat the Devil though. I've seen a lot of these ones though. Top Gun, of course, awesome. And then Days of Thunder, which is just Top Gun but on a racetrack. Best siblings, the Wachowskis. I don't think better than the Scott brothers. Best directing brother, Coen brothers. Ooh, interesting, Dory. Because I was thinking of like siblings, I guess, who direct separately from one another. You know, the Wachowskis the Wachowskis, with the exception of Lana, who was the only one who directed the new Matrix film, they have typically directed as a team. The Coen brothers occasionally venture out, but that's an interesting distinction. Because I think, you know, if we look at like the history of cinema, oh, actually, that's really tough. Because you look at Ridley Scott, right? He's got like Alien and Blade Runner, two of the best films, finest films that you will ever see. And then Tony Scott has like some like really decent action films, like Top Gun is really sick. The Hunger, according to Brianna, is really good. Crimson Tide is actually a really good sub movie. Not like in a kinky way. It's about submarines. And then there are some other interesting things in here. I would say that, like, you know, Tony Scott's last few films here, but if we just look at Ridley Scott doing, you know, carrying a lot of the weight, I wonder if we say that the Scott brothers are better than the Coen brothers. Farley Brothers clear. Get the hell out of this chat. I rescind your membership. JK, stick around. Cloud Atlas, best Wachowski film? Man, it's been a while since I've seen that. What about the Warner Brothers? They didn't direct. They were just studio owners, to my knowledge. Miller Brothers, don't know them. Tony Scott has all the Your Cousin from 90s DVDs. Yes. Yes. All right, so yeah, I should probably move on with the roasting. These might end up being a bit more quick fire roast, so I guess we'll see what's going on. And by quick fire, I mean, oh, it's time to roast Buddy. Some person here who's desperately trying to look like Bill Hader? Yeah, it's Bill Hader. I wanted to say James Spader so badly. The rhyming was fucking me up. But hey, maybe you want to stand out. Don't wear a green jacket in front of some foliage. Not the best thing to do. Coming from a guy who's definitely white and sitting in front of a white wall, maybe don't listen to me, but at the same time, I'm not wrong. Oh, it's not you, but the numbers are the same. Look, it says Buddy, and then it has numbers. Look, it has 3 X's, which means you're into pornography, and then 7, which means you're into 7 pornographies. That's fun. That's a cool thing for you. Hey, look at that. You also have a bio. What does it say? Oh, you're the #1 Spider-Man 3 fanatic? Wait, did we already do you? Did we already roast you? Because that sounds familiar as well. It's me, but you already did me like 2 weeks ago. You know what, buddy? Thank you very much for saying that, because I'm just going to say au revoir, because we got other people to do. People like Brench. Someone who decided in their profile picture to do a modern recreation of that one scene from The Witch. And Jacob, I guess their name is Jacob. I guess their real name is Jacob. They are apparently from Australia. And that means that every single thing around them is definitely trying to kill them. And maybe they have a spider and or snake and or koala bear. Or even maybe a kangaroo about to bite their dick off. So watch out, Jacob. They're coming for you. I also love how Jacob is from a Commonwealth country, so which means he spells favorite the proper way, with a U, Americans. And they also have an Instagram account, which we are definitely not going to look at. But what we are going to look at are Brenches, or Jacob. You know what? I'm going to call you Brench, because that's a way better name than Jacob. Jacob sucks. Legally change your name to Brench. Is Brench slang for something? Hold on. Is that like Australian slang? So the tiffin or lunch taken in between the interval time can be classified as Brench. Oh my god. It's a stupid way of saying brunch? What the fuck? Why would you ever do this? Who would create this word when we have a perfectly good word already called brunch? This is stupid. You're stupid. If this is an Australian thing, then the entire country of Australia is stupid. But then again, what can you expect from a country that was founded by criminals? So moving on to the favorite films, we see, I was about to say no Australian films, but this looks Australian to me. Let's take a quick look. It's from Thailand. Thailand, very famous for being definitely close to Australia. Yep. Hey, the cat just got fed. So after doing some quick checking, we can now know that there are no Australian films here. And Jacob, I'm not going to call you Brench. That's a stupid word. I am disappointed in you because there's so many good Australian films. Where's Walkabout? Where's that movie where they kill all the kangaroos that I never want to watch again? That one's really good too. I think you could be doing a lot better here, Jacob. But considering you have really stupid words like Brent as your username, it's hard for me to understand how that's possible. Looking on here from your favorite films, we see the recent activity, and what we have are a lot of films that I haven't seen before. You've only seen 1,300 films, so you're still not the cinephile supreme, unlike me. But what are we even supposed to do with this? You're not giving me any real reviews on these new ones. The Harder They Come. Wait, have I seen The Harder They Come? No, I haven't seen that. Kind of sounds like a porno, though, right? The Harder They Come? Right? Right? Like, that's just obvious. That's just obvious to me. You've also seen Café para les Verts, but I don't know what that's all about. Argumento, don't know what that's all about. And C'est la vie, also don't know what that's all about. So let's get into your recent reviews, and I guess you're one of the people who decided that putting fucking Black Mirror episodes in here was a good idea. Thanks for clogging up my activity feed. People like you, Jacob. I hate it. I'm not a big fan. But I guess you also have popular reviews. Look at you with your 68 followers getting some popular reviews. Oh my gosh, good for you. Wow. And we have Scenes with Beans. What is this? What is this? Scenes with Beans. Are they recreating film scenes with beans? What? A strange creature visits a very strange planet where it watches the lives of the beans, the inhabitants of the planet. When the beans notice the creature's watchful eye, they drive it away. Whoa. And it's made with beans. Kind of sounds like a project I did when I was making my master's degree. Or rather, did when I was getting my master's degree. Funnily enough, when I was getting my master's degree, they didn't bother to teach us English because they thought we already knew it. Little did they know. And then we also have here Before Sunrise getting 4 likes. Lame. Ethan Hawke squint. He was just thinking a lot. He was desperately trying to have sex with this person, probably. I think that's what happens in the Before series. And so this is just how Ethan Hawke flirts. This is how he flirts. And I don't know why you would want to make fun of that. You shouldn't make fun of the way that people flirt, otherwise they're going to stop flirting, which then means there's less of a chance that they're going to flirt with me in particular, and I cannot let that fly. Flirting is not a crime, unless someone tells you to stop, in which case you're being creepy, stop it. So what else do we got going on in here? They got lists? Oh, they've got lists. They've got lists. 19 of them, apparently. A Lars Van Trier list? What is up with Lars Van Trier today? Why is everyone on Lars Van Trier's dick? Also, why are you on the dick of the house that Jack built and then Antichrist? I just don't think I ever want to meet you in person. And that would have been true because of the whole Brench debacle, but it's even more true now. And hey, look at this. A list of favorite films that's ordered, but like doesn't match with your top 4 at all. So that's great. It looks like your real top 4 is Mulholland Drive, this film that I don't know what it is, Sierra Cuevos? Sure. Persona and the Florida Project. Well, that's a better top 4, I would say, than what you had out in the first place. What else do we have in here? A lot of Criterion films, obviously. Some of the big films from film history. It's all just so boring. I mean, we got a film here called Streetwise. Never heard of that. Apparently it's by Martin Bell. I recognize her, though. Erin Blackwell. Is this a documentary? Is it a documentary? It is a documentary. So why does it have a cast list? That's suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Said no one while getting roasted because you're all suspicious. So let's move on from the favorite films where favorite is spelled the right way. Good job. Ooh, David Lynch. 61 films. This must include every single one of his short films and perhaps every single video that he put out on his YouTube channel. Hold on. This person put Dune dead last. As a David Lynch enjoyer, I find that funny. And it's also probably like kind of true. I called it Harry Potty. Yo, if you have like a child who's really into Harry Potter and they're just becoming potty trained, whenever they use it properly, You call them Harry Potty instead, right? Yeah. Love the Harry Potty movies. Oh, look, it's a Harry Potty list. Chamber of Sequence number 1. Chamber of Secrets. Can I pronounce any words correctly? Hold on. Where's Azkaban? 6th? Nope. Incorrect. Kurosawa, you got Seven Samurai first because you're basic. Stanley Kubrick, you got Clockwork Orange number 1 because you like watching rape scenes. Quentin Tarantino, you got Pulp Fiction number 1 because you like watching people in gimp masks do stuff. Jim Jarmusch, you have Patterson number 1 because you're desperately trying to be different and you didn't really get Ghost Dog, Stranger Than Paradise, or Dead Man, but you know what? You're someone who says Brench, so it's okay. Maybe your brain will fully develop. At some point, hopefully. You also have Episode 3 in your top 4 for Star Wars, so that's stupid. So bad they are good. Apparently Twilight is one of those. Deep Blue Sea 2, are you serious? This is a so good it's bad movie, or so bad it's good movie? I disagree. Who directed this film? Ah, yes. The noted auteur who also did Tales from the Hood 2 and 3. Something Wicked, House Party, Tonight's the Night. I don't even know where that falls in the House Party franchise. Yes, there is a House Party franchise. Brent will tell you about that in just a second. Abbas Kiarostami. Yeah, I guess Taste of Cherry number 1 makes sense. And Taxi Driver's number 1 for Martin Scorsese because you're edgy. This is your way of letting people know that you just really love the Joker. And you desperately do not want to have that around your collar weighing you down. Have I seen Tom Ford's A Single Man? No, I have not. So I want to look at this guy's films, though. It's always the half stars. It's always the half stars that I find so intriguing. Can we spend 1 second to celebrate Blue Jays player Vladimir Guerrero Jr. winning the home run derby last night? Oh, hell yeah. That man is a beast, and he's a winner. He probably should have won that other year when he hit like 91 home runs in one round, but I guess the rules need to be followed. Oh, look at that. 3 made-for-TV movies that I've actually seen. Called The Librarian. They star Noah Weil and Stana Katic. And you know what? When I was deep into trying to find more movies where people find things that lead them to new things, when I was like really going on that one, like when I watched Sahara and just like a bunch of other movies in that genre, I found these made-for-TV films called The Librarian 1, 2, and 3. And you know what? They're a bit better than a half star, even though they are made-for-TV trash. So how dare you? Also, yawning. How the hell am I going to stay up for a 2.5 hour Mission Impossible movie that starts like after 10 o'clock if I'm yawning already? Half a star to Malignant? Are you allergic to fun? God, I hate to see that. It's so cool. It's a Giallo film, but not really. But there's a fun twist, and there's like lots of pratfalls and things. I don't think I'm using that in the proper context, but still, it's so much fun. It's certainly better than fucking Kangaroo Jack and Jill and Little Man and whatever Transformers movie this is. Like, come on. And yes, Dragon Ball Evolution is that bad, but I saw that in theaters, and that's kind of fun. Hold on, do you have like these early... Oh my god, yeah, you have films from like 1895 in here. No wonder you're able to get up to like the 1300s. You're just watching all these short films on YouTube and clocking them. That's probably how a lot of people power up their rankings. Such bullshit, man. Such bullshit. Yeah, Remember the Titans. What's wrong with that? Oh, is a 1 star? Yeah, that's a bad take. That's a bad take for sure. For sure. Dude, come on. Come on. Actually, yeah, you had Sahara down there as a 1 star too. Why do you hate the films where people find things that lead them to new things? That's the best genre of film. It's been proven with science. The science of my brain. What do we got else going on in here? Okay, 5-star films. 5-star films. We got the old Suspiria and not the new Suspiria. That's kind of lame. Also, other films like Alien, Minari, Blue Velvet. Not enough for me to call you a basic Criterion bitch, but I bet you think that you're like way more of a movie buff than you actually are, just based on this. Like, this would have been the films that I had seen my second year in university, and I thought I was hot shit. I thought I knew everything about movies back then. And I was like, oh, we can't watch this movie. It's boring and stupid and it's Hollywood. Boo. Boo, boo, boo. And, this is probably where I was at watching these specific films, especially El Camino, which hadn't even come out yet. This is where I was at. And I now know a lot better, and my movie tastes are way better. So don't worry. You'll get there as well, Brench. Jacob. Why don't we combine Brench and Jacob into one word, and that can be your new name? Brenkob. Your new name is Brenkob. I hope you see this and you now demand that all of your friends call you Brenkob. That's the name you deserve for having bad film taste. Jeez Louise. Can I please get away from this person's thing now? We're not going into their watch list. And yeah, that's it, Brenkob. You're done. You're roasted. It's over for you. We all had our edgelord phase. Oh, no doubt. Man, I remember when I was in high school, I used to wake up to Slayer all the time. Didn't really, my mom wasn't a big fan of that, but you know what? I was a teenager. No one was going to tell me to not wake up to Slayer, because I was so fucking cool. This is not terrible at all. They just need to see more films that are good. I know, Paul. It's all part of the roast. It's all part of the joke. Wait, have I mentioned that already? How these roasts are all in good fun, and then I'm mostly just making shit up? Because I imagine myself being like a professional wrestling heel who's just like, you're stupid and your opinions are stupid and you're from a bad town and everyone from your town is ugly and I'm smart and you're not. And like, that's how the whole thing works. I remember Andrew telling me he used to wake you up with Billy Joel. Confirm. That is confirmed. That is confirmed. That's when Andrew and I lived together. He had a big old sound system with a record player, and he would spin "Uptown Girl" by Billy Joel to wake us up. And I loved it. It was a great time in my life. I miss those days, waking up to just the blistering thunder of Uptown Girl. It's great. It's great. And then we listened to it so much, we thought it would be a really good idea for us to do it for karaoke. And so he and I both did Uptown Girl at karaoke. Not Korean karaoke, proper karaoke in front of a lot of different people. And a lot of you may not understand the embarrassment that comes around with doing karaoke. Like, you need to have courage to go do karaoke, right? But there's a thing that can happen while you're doing karaoke that can just slowly whittle away at your confidence that just kind of makes you feel bad. And you want to know what that thing is? Right off the bat, when you start doing karaoke in front of a lot of people, the person who's operating the soundboard will probably have like a pretty even mix of the song and you, right? So you can sing it, but the song's there supporting you, right? And if you are awesome, they'll turn the mic volume up and the music volume down. But if you're terrible, they'll turn the mic volume down and the music volume up. And maybe, just maybe, when Andrew and I were doing Uptown Girl together, they turned the mic volume down. It might also have been because we were so goddamn loud. And, you know, if you know that song, the oh, whoa, whoa, whoa part at the beginning, you fucking scream that or else you're not singing Billy Joel. I've never talked about Billy Joel so much in my life. This is the only time I get to put away my empathy and randomly yell at people for having different opinions. Yeah, empathy sucks. Hi, Ayumi sent me. Oh no! Taylor Swift knows about the music way up? Huh? What does that even mean? I talk about Billy Joel and you bring a less good singer into this? Yeah, come at me, Swifties. Billy Joel greater than Taylor Swift. What do you got? What do you got for me? You know what I got for you? I have the continuation of the Cinemateq Top 100. Oh, that's right. We were doing Tied for 59th, and now we're going to do... I think we're doing Tied for 39th next. So we're getting there. So yeah, 20 more films. So who do you think is going to be in this group of 20 films? Tied for 39th. What are they going to be? These are films that would have received what? 7? 6, 7? Something like that? Yeah, there were a lot of ties. We're going to need a lot more people to vote next time. I wish I had realized this was going to happen. But hey, it's still a good list. But there's also things we need to talk about, like I said. So, let's find out what the next films are in the Cinemateq Top 100. Tied for 39th in alphabetical order, we've got Arrival, Blade Runner 2049, a Denis Villeneuve double bill, Casablanca, Chungking Express, Forrest Gump, Goodfellas, House, Inception, Interstellar, a Christopher Nolan double feature, Moonlight, No Country for Old Men, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I really needed to look at this picture to make sure there were no dicks hanging out. Really had to check. Princess Mononoke, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Schindler's List, Singing in the Rain, The Matrix, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, There Will Be Blood, Vertigo. And those are all the films tied for 39th in the Cinemateq Top 100. What do you guys think of that? What do you think of these films that are already in there? Here come the film, bro film, says Timmy. I mean, you're not wrong. I'm having mini strokes seeing some of these this low. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had The Matrix in my list, but can't quite remember. Well, there's no way of finding out, so sucks to your Asmar. Wait a minute, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest wasn't in 2016. Well, I mean, if it was in the list and it said 2016, then it definitely should have been, although that's probably just a typo. Yeah, that was just a typo. Sorry. Looks fine so far, says Joshua. There will not be blood because the title is too long. I'm glad someone was able to pick out my little oopsie. That was great. Thanks for that. I appreciate it. All right, now I just need to check out this next person, see what's going on there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby, yeah. So why don't we now move on to... Should we do it? What do you guys think? Should we do the roast? Should we do another roast? Should we put our hands up first? Should we maybe, relax into the chair, maybe arch that lower back, really start to release the pressure in the spine? Man, if I didn't think they were witch doctors, a chiropractor would be great right now. Actually, no, never mind. I don't need a chiropractor because my spine already feels great, and all I had to do is sit back instead of lean forward, trying to tell you guys things that are important. The JPEG PFP. What? There is no JPEG profile picture. I don't even know what I don't even know what you're talking about, Joshua Breen. Is that some Star Trek villain shit you're trying to lay at my front door? You know what good Star Trek villains would do? They would like this live stream. They would. I have that on good authority from other Star Trek villains like the Ferengi. So, can't argue with them. They always tell the truth. Speaking of telling the truth, why don't we drop some truth bombs on JACW212? Someone who maybe I've already roasted before. I don't even remember these anymore because you guys were really good about paying for these for a while, and now I just don't know who's gone. So, no, JPEG Mafia will not be the profile picture here. It is instead just an empty goddamn face. Just a skull. Just a V-neck. Just a jerk. And yes, you are right, Knox of Spades. Donnie Darko right off the bat is, in fact, a red flag. One that we have seen a lot tonight. So why, oh why, are so many people into being edgy right now? And we also see someone else in the chat saying that this person is a preteen. Hey, hold on now. I'm the one doing the roasting. Leave it to me. I got it. And I do see how you could come to that conclusion. This person is a preteen because they got Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse right there. But then how many 12-year-olds are watching Paris, Texas, I ask you? I ask you this. I don't think that many. Also wild to see that this person has only seen 162 films, but has managed to make 28 lists. I can only imagine how brain dead those lists are going to be when we get to them. But first, why not look at the bio? But I'm a Cheerleader is my current 5th favorite film. I think a top 5 is better than top 4. And this is something that I want you to imagine, Jack212. Oh, wait, is that true? All right, I'm going to finish this and I'm going to check to see if that's right. Whoops. So, Oh yeah, I know what I was going to say. So here we are looking at this top 4, and you're saying that a top 5 would be better, but I want you to take a close look at what would happen if that were the case. Imagine Donnie Darko, one thing over, and what is it covering up? Your stupid little bio. So how would people know if But I'm a Cheerleader is your 5th favorite film if you had 5 spots when it cuts out the bio? Yeah, I guess you could put that there if you wanted to, but at the same time, you would then feel the need to tell people about your 6th favorite film in the bio, and then what do you do then? What do you do then? And according to you, you're a very recent film fan. Actually hated film as a medium as a kid. And I mean, I know this joke was already done by someone in the chat, but maybe you just still are a kid? Maybe that's something that's true. Although you do have autochemesia here, which I think, yeah, a dog's will. That's in the top 250. That's very high up. Oh wait, no, it's not. Why did I think that was in the Letterboxd top 250? Is that one of the ones that dropped off when they refreshed it? Old enough to legally have a beer, but not old enough to feel comfortable doing so. That's weird because I was comfortable having a beer when I was 16, which was definitely not when I was legally able to do so. Is it for life if you are Sansia or Chova DNI? What? Is this like Pokemon shit? This kind of sounds like Pokemon shit. Is it sounds like a Pokemon. If this is a Pokemon, is it League? Oh, it's the other nerdy thing. It's Magic the Gathering. Damn, I didn't see that one coming. I didn't see that one coming at all. Also, it looks like you are a Letterboxd top 250 apologist. Boo. Boo. Why are you being an apologist? It's like not a bad list. You don't need to apologize for it. Why would you do that? So coming down here into your recent activity, you're just handing out 5 stars like candy. You know this isn't a race to see who can give out the most 5 stars at once, right? You are allowed to have discerning opinions about films. And yeah, I know Across the Spider-Verse is good, but it doesn't need to be a 5-star movie. There is far too much to say. I hate it when people say that. I don't want to spoil anything, but I will say that this the greatest piece of media I have ever experienced. Well, they're new, I guess. The Spot is the best character I have ever seen in any piece of media ever. Huh? Are you sure? I feel like I'm doing a review roast all of a sudden. That is just so inaccurate. And this movie could have ended 90 minutes in, but every single new thing they added makes complete sense. This is a fucking treasure and a transcendent experience. I was born in the right generation. But I thought you were old enough to drink. I'm confused now. What did you say about Dog Police? Peak fiction. What is Dog Police? Did they turn this into like a cartoon? I think they might have. Music video for the 1983 hit single Dog Police by Dog Police off the hit album Dog Police. If you had sang Dog Police 3 times on your bingo card, fill it in. So let's look at these popular reviews. A Dog's Will. It fell off the top 250. No! That was me doing my Darth Vader impersonation. It was very accurate. And here you are saying best fucking picture for Everything Everywhere All at Once. So you saw it after it won best picture? I guess you're not a real cinephile then. So sorry. And look at this curve. Holy bejeebus. 78% of the films that you have watched got a 5-star. Are you just not rating films that you hate? I don't even think we're going to take a look at your films. We're going to take a look at your films anyways, but that is insane. Like, there was one person earlier who had that nice curve going up, that nice slope. This is a fucking cliff, dude. I can't ski off of this. I would die. I mean, I can't ski anyways, but I would still die. Ugh. Gotta have, like, Sylvester Stallone doing some cliffhanger shit to scale this. Come on. So let's take a look at these 28 lists, even though we've only seen 200 films. Multiverse jumping list thing. Oh, you put Mulholland Drive here because it's like part of a secret shared universe with other David Lynch films. Why do you gotta do that? Why do you gotta lump in Mulholland Drive with like Donnie Darko? Come on. Why do you gotta do me like that? It's not cool, man. It's not cool. Movies in Letterboxd top 250. Shrefrelius has seen. I don't know who that is. Is that supposed to mean something to me? Movies that have made me audibly say, no fucking way. I hope you didn't say that out loud in an actual movie theater with people around, because that's not cool. Trying to find a film here that would definitely not make me say no fucking way. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, definitely one of them. Smiley face, haven't seen it, but it looks like an Anna Faris film, and no Anna Faris film has ever made me say no fucking way, except, hey, look everyone, it's John Krasinski. How is it that he like basically looks the same, but his looks throughout the year basically just go from like less nerdy to more nerdy, but he like hasn't changed at all, right? Like this John Krasinski is the exact same John Krasinski who was in the Fantastic Four or something like that, you know? Love Exposure made you say no fucking way. The Boondock Saints? Why? Because someone jumped off of a building with a toilet? I see that all the time in Toronto. Triple R, I guess. I'm losing my hatred. So let's see what else we got going on here. Films that have been in my top 4. Favorite movie of each year I've been alive. Oh, 21 films. So I guess this person is in fact 21 years old. That is not information that anyone needed. My 12 out of 10 films. What does this even mean? Films that get a 12 out of 10? Why not an 11 out of 10? Mine go to 11. It's a Spinal Tap joke. Every movie that I give a score higher than 10 out of 10. It's the same. Well, I guess it's not the same list. So like if I were to minus this list from this list, I get the 11 out of 10 films. Ugh, Star Wars ranked. No, we're not doing it. My 11.5 films out of 10. What the fuck is going on? What is this? What is this rating system? Do you think that it's okay for you to just do this? To just create a brand new rating system? Are you Dave Meltzer handing out fucking 6-star at Budokai or Budokan, whatever, for wrestling matches? Oh, it's a 6.5 star at Tokyo Dome? This is what this is. I think we actually found Dave Meltzer's goddamn Letterboxd account. Holy shit. Is there gonna be an 11 out of 10? There it fucking is. There it fucking is, 11 out of 10. What about 10.5 out of 10? There it is. There it is. 10.5 out of 10. Nope. Nope. Couldn't just rate things at a 4 or 4.5 out of 5. You had to just go ahead and destroy things. You had to destroy the natural order of the universe. For you. Because you're special, I guess. Jeez Louise. My Sights and Sound film list. Oh, these are the 10 films you would have done? But I'm a Cheerleader, Amadeus. I mean, some of these show up in the Cinemateq Top 100, so maybe, just maybe, you are a Cinemateq voter as well. Movies where I cried when someone smashed a ceramic. I don't even want to look at that list. I want to see their 6.66 out of 10. Yeah, me too. Every single film that got a placement on Cineflix list. Hold on, wasn't there a list that had something to do with Karsten? Our good friend Karsten, who we've never met before and probably never will. I thought I saw one. Movies in the top 250 that Karsten has seen. Oh, it's a dick riding list. Cool. We love that. I wonder if people are going to make this list for me, you know? Movies in the top 250 that TJ has seen. And honestly, don't. It's a dumb list. It's a dumb idea. Please don't do it. I don't want to see it. Nothing would make me angrier. All right, so since this person is just handing out 5-star films like candy, you know that the ones that are the lowest of the low will really deserve it, right? That's probably what's going to be the case. Let's see if this is true. So, Barry Lyndon. Barry fucking Lyndon. 1.5 star. You are giving out 5 stars to so many films. And guess what? I can see them because they're all right here. You're giving out 5 stars to The World Will End, History of the Entire World, I guess, Klaus, this fucking paint drying 2016 film. You've got to be joking me. A 10-hour unbroken shot of white paint drying on a brick wall, watched in its entirety by the UK's Film Censor Board. You've got to be kidding me. You're putting that at a 5, but Barry Lyndon, Stanley Kubrick's great film, which is in the Cinemateq Top 100, that's a 1.5 star. Fuck that. Fuck you. No shot. You have paint drying over films like Stalker, Citizen Kane, Ran, Blade Runner, Princess Mononoke. Hold on. Let's stop that rant for a second. Put a pin in it. Blade Runner is only a 4-star film? You give out 5 stars to like Monty Python films and Donnie Darko. Who knows what else we're going to find in here that's a 5-star. Obviously other films, but come on. You're telling me that But I'm a Cheerleader's a 5-star, but Blade Runner ain't? No. No, no, no. No, 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 no. That's wrong. That's bad. And you have it right next to Attack of the Clones. You're right. You're right, Timmy in the chat. Jesus H. balls. I don't even want to look at what's number 1, because we know that everything is number 1. I guess Dog Police. Maybe it's in order based on when they last did it. But like, all of it's a 5. All of it's a 5, which means none of it is a 5. Especially now that I've seen that you have like paint drying in as a 5-star. And like, are you telling me that you actually watched paint drying for 10 hours? That's dumb. You have better things you could do. You could have watched Blade Runner 5 times and properly appreciated it in that time. No, 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 Jack212. That's dumb. I'm done. Hell no. Goodbye. So now, responding to what someone said in the chat. Apparently, I screwed up the order of this because Cayden was the first person, but they did a few, but they commented a few different times. Is that right? I'm just going to confirm this before we do the next little stop on the Cinemateq Top 250, because I don't want to do people out of order. There's a system. Oh, yeah. I think, yeah, you're right. Shit. So it should have been Doc Theater next. All right, well, let's change up this list. Because we did, we did Victor Tremblay, right? Yeah. So Doc Theater would be next. Whoopsies. Yeah, I should have known because there was someone coming up who has like a great joke built right into their profile, and I missed it. So thank you for pointing that out. And yeah, we will get back to doing this. We'll get back to doing it in the proper order. It seems like that account really got to you. I can't blame you, though. Hey, you know, sometimes it's fake rage, sometimes it's real rage, but all the time it is rage. I mean, it ain't no one's fault. I just need to check things, you know? I need to be a bit more thorough. Especially when we're talking about the Cinemateq Top 100. Oh, yeah. Let's do what's tied. I had to check because, yes, we are getting another tie here. What's tied for 31st place? Ooh, only 8 films. The amount of ties is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So here you go, in alphabetical order, the films that are tied for 31st on the Cinemateq Top 100. Starting with After Sun, a new film. Wow. Next up is La La Land. Next up is Portrait of a Lady on Fire. Yay! Followed by Scream. Pictured here is Randy telling Sid about the Cinemateq Top 100, and she doesn't know what he's talking about. We also have Seven Samurai tied for 31st. Yes, it is funny to think that Scream and Seven Samurai are tied on this list. As well as Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, a literal film from this year. Stalker, a Tarkovsky film, what up? And The Godfather Part 2. All tied for 31st. And you know what? I kind of feel like doing the next one. Actually, you know what? There are some people who are definitely waiting for some roasts, so we will get that. Sean, you voted for Scream. Good for you. Good for you. I was actually happy to see that there. It's a bit of a strange pick. You wouldn't expect to see it there. It is a bit of a wild list. It is a bit of a wild list. And also, hello to everyone who's joining in. I see that there are a few of you who are joining in, who are just joining now. I still think this is one of the best attended live streams we've had for this before, so it's great to all have you here. If you don't know what's going on, hi, my name is TJ. I'm roasting Letterboxd accounts. And if you want to have your Letterboxd account roasted, there is a link in the description box below. You can sign up, just click on the link to the list, comment on that list, and I will roast you eventually. If you want to skip the line, then it is a super chat, although I probably will cut off super chats at like 8:30, even though there's like no way for me to do that. I do have a hard out tonight of 9 o'clock. So in between, also in between all of these roastings, we are getting through the Cinemateq Top 100. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool night. And also, if you want to hang out with some really cool people, like the people who are in the chat right now talking, you can join the Discord, link in the description box below, and you can follow me on Letterboxd, on the god-awful site known as Twitter, and a couple of other places, links below as always. I'm on Threads, but like, I don't think anyone's really using it, or maybe people are, I don't really know. I kind of don't want to use a service that's like a Facebook service, like a Mark Zuckerberg service, but if Twitter dies, then I guess that's what we're all going to be switching to. Hooray! More data for Facebook. Speaking of which, now that I'm thinking of Mark Zuckerberg and I am angry about that, why don't we move on to the roast of Doc Theater. Someone here who's giving us the profile picture of Ash from The Evil Dead just after he says groovy, but he has his mouth closed, so you know it's before he actually says groovy. And that's kind of unfortunate for Doc Theater here, because nothing about this profile is in fact groovy. The 208 films that you've seen, not groovy. The 70 films you've seen this year, not groovy. The pathetic amount of lists that you have at 2, not groovy. Even your following and your followers are not groovy. I can tell they probably don't know how to dance that well. And what else do we have here in your favorite films? Because I guess that's all I have to work with. Oh wait, no, we do have something, a bit of a bio here. Don't worry, I get better at reviewing films. Are you sure? Let me be the judge of that. So right off the bat, we have your favorite films: The Shining, Goodfellas, Spider-Man No Way Home, and John Wick Chapter 4. And, oh wow, cool, we've got a basic-ass teenager in our midst. What, did your dad let you borrow his VHS collection? Or maybe your mom. Maybe your mom's cool too. In any case, having films like this just lets me know that you have not gone that far down your cinematic path, your cinematic journey, and you are still being amazed by bright flashing lights in films like John Wick Chapter 4 and No Way Home. You probably have No Way Home here specifically because you're like, oh my god, when Tobey Maguire showed up, it was the greatest thing ever and everyone cheered. That's why it's there. You'll have other experiences in a theater, don't worry, you'll be a true grown-up at some point in your life, but it's just obviously not right now. So what do we got going on down here in the recent activity? Dial of Destiny, 2.5 stars, Jaws at 4, Bubba Hotep at 4, and The Last Kids on Earth, Happy Apocalypse to You? Is this actually a movie? So the only reason I watch this is because I saw Bruce Campbell in the cast, and so I thought maybe Ash Williams will pop up to something with zombies in it, but Bruce is just a regular in the show, so I wasted 30 minutes for nothing. Congratulations, you've been duped. John Wick 4 on VHS. It could be. I bet someone's dubbed it on a VHS just for fun. Brianna's on her way out. Have a good night. Thanks for being here. So what else we got going on here? You only gave Jaws a 4. That's weird, especially for someone who doesn't know that much about movies. Why are you giving Jaws only a 4? This movie should have impressed you a lot. Can someone ask the shark if it was yummy? If what was yummy? The humans? Are you a cannibal? Are you a cannibal in training? Do you want to ask the shark if humans were yummy so that you could, like, figure out if you want to be a cannibal? If that's true, then you should be watching films like Bones and All and Cannibal Holocaust. Also, that other one with Guy Pearce where he's a cannibal. I forget the name, though. My tattoo artist loves that movie, though. What else we got going down in here? Ooh, popular reviews, which are not popular at all, but your John Wick Chapter 4 one that got 5 stars did get 2 likes. My past John Wick film reviews were goofy. I don't think I can for this one. Why? Did the movie tire you out because it was so goddamn overlong? Maybe that's the reason. Why don't we now take a move here, take a little bit of a jaunt into your list, your 2 lists. And apparently you have ranked Phase 4 of Marvel and the Shrek franchise. Huh? And Shrek 2 is better than Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, in your opinion. I don't think you think this is true. I think that maybe, just maybe, you are very much attached to Shrek 2 as a film. You desperately align with it because it's a film that you watched a lot as a kid, and you just haven't gotten around to come to terms with the fact that Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is by far... Ooh, I burped. By far the best Shrek franchise film that has ever existed. Like, it's not even close. And I've only seen, like, Shrek and Shrek 2, but, like... And also Puss in Boots. But this clears. This clears easily. Like, if this is an Olympic sport, Puss in Boots is allowed to do many different clearances because it's trying to get the world record, because Shrek 2, Shrek, and Puss in Boots have already failed out and they're just sitting on the sidelines. Like, that's what's going on here. They're doing high jump, by the way. Also, Marvel Phase 4 is one of the bad ones, right? Yeah, it's the bad phase. And so I don't think that this is even something that we need to get into, because all of these are bad. All of these are bad. WandaVision has its moments, but all of these are bad. Yeah. Also, I don't think this is the right what if. Is it? I don't think this is the right what if. I think you got the wrong what if here. I'm glad other people in the chat were picking up on that. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at these films. Let me do the thing. Lowest first. Half stars. American Psycho 2. Jingle All the Way 2. And this other Last Kids on Earth thing. Man, you've got a long way to go down if you think those are the worst movies ever. You are in for a treat. Wait, is that Footloose? That's like some new Footloose, right? Did they do a Footloose remake? Wow, man. You see, it's reasons like this why I don't really care about studios doing remakes of films, right? Because, like, Footloose, you could argue, is a well-beloved film, right? This is probably one of those things where people saw it was happening. Oh my God, they're remaking Footloose? No. And people got on Reddit and were like, no, we don't want this to happen. But then no one even remembers that they did this remake. So who cares? Who cares if they remake original, good, much beloved films? Because if they suck, no one's going to remember them. No one's going to care. In fact, it's even harder for those films to do well because they have to be better than the original in order to get any kind of brain space for the average person. So fuck it. Let them remake let them remake good films from the past. And if they're good, we can be happy about that. And if they're bad, we'll just forget them. Like every other bad movie that we've forgotten about. Who's even in this? Dennis Quaid? Is that Dennis Quaid on the left? Or is it Kenny Wormland? Oh, it's Kenny Wormland, who I guess is in Jackass #2. Wait, oh no. He was a dancer? A dancer in Jackass 2? What? Wait, have I seen the girl in the photographs? I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Anyways, too bad for Dennis Quaid for being in that film, I guess. What else is going down here? Oh, dude. Turning Red and Morbius tied? No, I don't understand people's hate for Turning Red. That is a legit good movie. To put it on par with Morbius just shows a basic lack of understanding for, like, film techniques and stuff. It's just stupid. And then, like, Halloween Ends down there as well? No. And you can't have the Evil Dead remake tying with Halloween Ends. This movie is so fucking superior to Halloween Ends. It's not even worth quantifying it. You know? It's like you wouldn't show someone an anthill and then show someone Mount Everest and then be like, hey, which one of these do you think is bigger? You wouldn't even bother asking that question. You just look at it and you're like, oh yeah, Mount Everest, obviously. Why are we having this conversation? It's the exact same thing here. Evil Dead. So much better than Halloween Ends. It's silly. It's stupid. That's dumb. I'm not about it. No. Hey, look. It's a Tony Scott film. We were talking about him earlier. Taking it Pelham 1, 2, 3 at a 2.5. I don't see anything out here that's so outlandish, though. Or really, those are the only outlandish things I can see. So in the interest of brevity, because we got some Cinemateq Top 100 things to take care of, let's see what's on top. Of course, Into the Spider-Verse. Also, Rambo First Blood and Evil Dead 2. Maybe that's why they shat all over the Evil Dead remake, because they thought it wasn't as good as Evil Dead 2. Still a bad take, though. Both films can be good, you know? That's a real thing that's true. Wait, why do you have Home Alone and The Mask here as well? I thought you were some kid who was just, like, watching only new stuff. You got Ferris Bueller's Day Off here, too. Huh? Meet Joe Black? Why? Why is that here? I don't understand. This is confusing me. I'm confused. Also, just the juxtaposition of Tick, Tick, Boom being better than Jaws? No. Just no. Just no. It's just a no. Oh, Evil Dead Rise at 4 stars? No. No, it's definitely not as good as Across the Spider-Verse. Like, don't even try it. Don't even try it. Absolutely not. Just as good as All Quiet on the Western Front and The Fabelmans and Falling Down and Pinocchio? No. No, it's not. It really is not. Hey, wait a minute. I thought maybe this was a film that one of my old professors made. But it's not. Don't worry. I wonder if I could find a film. I wonder if my old professor would be on here with that movie. They probably would be, actually. I should try to find that. I should try to find that. So I think, I don't know, it's just, there's just wrong things here, right? But this person is new. They're just getting into it. They're a newbie. They think that Five Nights at Freddy's is going to be a good movie. It's not. The distribution's not that bad, actually. You know what? I think that's all we're going to do for this person's roast. Not as roasty as I would like to have gotten, but, you know, we get there. We get there. Huh, Miles Teller is in it. Is in what? I stopped being angry about remakes, waste of energy. People can't get over girls have periods. Like, come on. Wait. How do those two things... They're not the same. What? That's way too many stars for Shazam. Iron Man 1 is too low. Spider-Man No Way Home 5 stars is a no. I mean, yeah, obviously. Venom 2 isn't even part of the MCU. It kind of is. Isn't it? Technically it is. Like, it's part of the multiverse, right? So if you count all the films in the current MCU multiverse, then yeah, it is. It is in the MCU. Boom. Marveled them. Marveled them. You know what else might marvel you? Learning out what films are coming next in the Cinemateq Top 100. So we are now moving on to the tied for 22nd place. Ooh, baby. We're getting right down into it now. There's 9 films that are about to hit your brain skulls, and they are going to be in 21st, did I say? 22nd place in the Cinemateq Top 100. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm ready, so why don't we just go ahead. A Clockwork Orange. Apocalypse Now. Eyes Wide Shut. Jurassic Park. La Haine. Persona. Pulp Fiction. The Dark Knight. The Thing. The Thing. There you go. There you go. Those are all the films tied for 22nd. Can you see the film broness of this list emerging? I certainly can. You know what I can't see emerging? The Roast of Sara. Oh yeah, we're not stopping. We're going right for the jugular, baby. And you want to know why? I've been wanting to roast this profile for absolute weeks. Because guess what? Sarah's profile picture is a portrait of a lady, but it's not on fire. Let's fix that. I have been waiting literal weeks to say that out loud. So, Sarah, from Italy, you're probably not pretentious and you probably don't have lots of very strong opinions about espresso and pasta, but I guess we're just going to have to go by what we can see in your profile, what you're giving us, what you think is really cool and stuff. And for your favorite films, it looks like we're only getting one Italian film, Il Posto, from Ermanno Olmi. Ermanno Olmi. Yes, it is from Italy. Confirmed. I'm not actually familiar with Olmi. Who is this person? Yeah, it looks like they haven't directed anything of note, so I can only assume that including this film in your top 4 is a dumb thing. Ooh, what did you say about it, actually? In the first half, I was dreading the fact that it's going to be my life in 6 months, but the second half was weirdly hopeful. Wait, what is this film about? With his family mired in financial troubles, Domenico, yeah, Moves to Milan, Italy from his small town to get a job in lieu of furthering his education. A lack of options forces him to take a position as a messenger at a big company where he hopes to receive a promotion soon. There, Domenico meets Antonietta, a young woman in a similar situation as himself. The two form a tentative relationship, but the soulless nature of their jobs threatens to keep them apart. Oh no. Oh no. I don't want them to be apart. Also, that sucks that is your living situation. Kind of sounds like capitalism is doing capitalism things. Maybe we should overthrow it. We also have Masculine Feminine, the Godard film, Moonlight, and Melancholia. And I'm wondering if you're watching Melancholia because you are experiencing melancholy given the situation described in El Posto. Don't worry though, a giant planet isn't going to come out of nowhere and crush us all to death. Hopefully. I really hope that's not going to happen. I have like 70 solid years left in these knees, and god damn it, I want to see some shit. So please no giant planets coming to kill me yet. Wait until the year 2150 or something. That would be great for me. What do we got going down here in the recent activity? Hey, hold on a second. Aren't all of these Criterion films? After Hours, Millennium Mambo, Crash, and Solo? I know 3 of them are. Millennium Mambo I'm not sure about. Masculine Feminine is. May we actually have a basic Criterion bitch on our hand. Hold on. How do you say basic Criterion bitch in Italian? I might just say bitchito anyways, no matter what it says. Detect language. Oh, English. What do you think Criterion in Italian is? Translate from Italian to English. There we go. Basic Criterion bitch. Looks like we got a real Cagna Criterio de Bassi on our hands. You know what? That sounds way better. That sounds so much better than the English version. Cagna Criterio de Bassi. De Bassi? Yeah, de Bassi probably. De Bass. Wait, with Italian is with de Bass. Hold on, I'll get it to pronounce it for me.
Cagna Criterio di Base.
Ah, it is de Bassi. All right. Cagna Criterio de Bassi. We got a real Cagna Criterio de Bassi on our hands. Wait, hold on. How do I say that whole thing? I'll do proper grammar. We have a real on our hands. Abbiamo un vera Cagna di Criterio de Bassi nel nostro mani. Who can speak Italian? TJ can. Also, anyone who can speak Italian in the chat want to tell me how bad what I just said is? You let me know. Hold on though, I want to listen to it again.
Abbiamo una vera cagna di criterio di base nelle nostre mani.
You know what? I wasn't that far off. That is incredible. I'm so happy right now. Let's continue with roasting this person with my happiness, also my rage. You gave a Martin Scorsese film 3 stars. Explain yourself. I'm trying to figure out why I didn't like it as much as I thought I would. Maybe my expectations were too high. I don't know. I guess I'll just rewatch it in a few years and maybe I'll get it then. This is good advice for literally anyone watching a film. But also, Martin Scorsese gets 4 stars no matter what. That's just the rule around here. The man is the patron saint of cinema. We gotta treat him right. Millennium Mambo at a 4 star. Good one. But 2 stars for a Crash, Sarah? Not for a Crash, but the Crash? I don't know. Maybe the Cronenbergs just aren't for me. Hold on. This pluralization of Cronenberg, is that for Cronenberg's filmography or like the cinematic output of the Cronenberg family, which will soon include Brandon Cronenberg's sister, Caitlin Cronenberg, who I have met IRL and is cool. So, yeah, I really need to clear this up. Actually, hold on. I'm going to leave this comment here. Do you mean all of David Cronenberg's films or all of the films from people with the last name Cronenberg? Also, I will say that this review is a hate crime against Canadians, no matter how she comes down on this question. So it's real good that we didn't come across this on Canada Day. Otherwise, we'd be having some problems. Why did you... This is weird. I don't know why I've never looked at this, but I've never had the opportunity to just read someone's review about Salo. Sarah here saying, can you even rate a movie like this? Yes, because you did. Congratulations. You figured out how the website worked. What else we got going on down here? You got a popular review? Oh, for Black Mirror and another Black Mirror? Well, those aren't movies, so we're not going to bother with those. Ooh, 6 lists. Are they going to be good ones? Priorities? I don't care. Summer watch list? Actually, wait, hold on. Priorities. Can we lead the priority somewhere? Can we do good? I feel like doing good today. Stay away from... Oh, watch La Ventura. Yeah, of course. Watch... La Ventura. La Ventura? Yeah, I spelled that right. Fuck you, Google. I know what I'm doing. And then watch Eccles right after that. Good recent horror, 2010 onwards. Films that have been in my top 4. All right, let's take a look. So it's everything that we already knew was there, plus Lost in Translation. Well, at least we know that my excellent Italian reading skills will not be lost in translation. That's a funny little callback to something that happened 5 minutes ago. I'm still impressed that I read that Italian as well as I did. So what's going to go next? Double features? Wait, do you tell me what the films that get double featured are? Badlands with Bones and All. Wait, does Badlands have cannibalism in it? I didn't know that. I'm not saying this is a good idea. It also could work as a follow-up to Les Chinois, but I'm not that masochistic. Interesting. So this is it. Your mood will vary dramatically depending on the one you watch last for Before Midnight and Blue Valentine. Shiva Baby and Uncut Gems for Anxiety. No one do this. No one watch Shiva Baby and Uncut Gems one after another. Your heart will not survive. Lady Bird and Francis, that's too obvious. A Ghost Story in the Babadook? You're probably going to get bored. Rushmore and Election? I'll allow it. Some film named O. Oh, is this the Othello remake that Julia Stiles was in? Yup. And Mekhi Phifer and Josh Hartnett and Martin Sheen? Really? All right. Yeah, that's actually kind of interesting. Ooh, Hiroshima Mon Amour and Cold War. I can't remember if the ending of Hiroshima Mon Amour is like super depressing, but the ending of Cold War is. So if you're really into being depressed, those are great films to watch side by each. Maybe. Depends on if Hiroshima Mon Amour is as depressing as I think it is. I think it is. What else? Here's some priorities. Yeah. Oh wait, no. I already commented on this. Yeah. So the films of Sarah. Let's see here. Lowest first. Swiped 365 Days. Vampire Academy. What? Yo, just look at that. Look at that banner. No movie with that banner is good. You should have known better. You should have figured it out. This is just bad. It's bad just by looking at it. Should never watch it. Should never have even gone near it. What else is this? Is this Wounds? I don't even know what that is. Cloverfield Paradox. Wait, Skin. I think I recognize, No, I don't recognize that kid. Never mind. Is this a French film, though? No, it's English. Definitely not. This kid on the left, I thought it was a French actor that I saw in a film at TIFF last year. Doesn't really matter. The Babysitter Killer Queen is a bit of a better film than a 1 star. The Babysitter original especially is good. What is up with this Malignant hate? This is the second time we've seen it today. People shitting on Malignant only giving it 1 star. And the fact that you're putting it right beside Wing Commander at 1 star, one of my all-time favorite so bad it's good movies. Actually, no, wait. I take it back. It's not so bad it's good. It's actually a well-made film that perhaps suffers from just being a little bit unoriginal and not doing much of an interesting thing, but it's still good. The film craft is average, I would say. It's a solid 2.5 star film, and I will not accept seeing it next to films like Suicide Squad and Waterworld. Fuck that. That's stupid. Also, The Platform at 1.5. I saw this at TIFF during the film festival. This is a goddamn good movie. You can watch it on Netflix right now, and I suggest that you do. Nice little tryst on, capitalism being bad, which I was always already talking about earlier. We also have the new Lion King down low. That's fine. Yeah, see this. Thor the Dark World, putting that on the same level as Platform Malignant Wing Commander, you're done. It's over for you. Now I know that this is all a joke and you're just creating a profile meant to upset me. Not going to buy it. What else we got going on? Oh my god. From Dusk Till Dawn and Under the Silver Lake down at 2 stars? No. No, yeah, it's a 3.5-star film. There's so much good stuff in this movie. And then Under the Silver Lake, I haven't rated yet, but it's probably at least a 3.5. I like Under the Silver Lake. It was good. It was fun. It was perplexing, but that's fine. The Guilty at 2 stars, but that's like the new one. It's not the original one. I don't know if that means anything. I haven't seen either of them, so I can't really say one way or the other. Babysitter at 2 stars? No, it's a 3-star movie. It's an average film that I enjoyed. 3 stars. That's how it works. Oh, Sarah, no. All right, now, I wonder how many Italian films are going to be up here 5 out of 5. It looks like actually none. You don't have many 5-star films. That's good. I appreciate that. I always do. What is that? Daybreak Express. The hell? Oh, it's a Pennebaker documentary. Set to the classic Duke Ellington recording, Daybreak Express is a 5-minute short of the soon-to-be-demolished 3rd Avenue elevated subway station in New York City. Cool. I guess if you're really into Duke Ellington, that's something that you would give 5 stars. Like, I know Pennebaker's a really good director, but considering the amount of 5 stars you give out, which are very minimal, I find it strange that you're handing out a 5-star to like a 5-minute Pennebaker documentary short. Was it 1 star per minute? That's weird, man. That's weird. And so we have what up here with the 5 stars? Parasite, Casablanca, Inside, Il Posto, Before Sunrise, Marcel, Lahane, and Moonlight. Wait. Masculine, Feminine, and Melancholia do not have 5 stars here. What's going on, Sarah? What's going on? What did you do? What did you do? What have you done? You have films that are not rated 5 stars in your top 4. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. That's not how this site works. I watched The Swimmer yesterday and it was so good. It's her best thing after Ratcatcher. Whoa, Lynn Ramsey? This movie? Ah, yes. Whew. Was real worried that was a naked body that would get me in trouble. Oh, it's a short film though, but it's on the Criterion Channel. Great. If you haven't seen the film that she did with Joaquin Phoenix, you really should. I'm hoping that she only did 1. So what else we got going on here? But I'm a Cheerleader, Sent to New York, Rope, Lost Highway, Tatin, Ferris Bueller's Off, Black Swan, Bones and All. Hey, Cannibal Person. There you go. There's the film that you need. Psycho, Social Network. Yeah, you know. Not a lot to get angry at here, actually. Hey, look, it's Call Me By Your Name, that other film with a cannibal in it. Oh, cannibal jokes. They're always the best jokes. They're always the tastiest. What is that? And so we put the goldfish in the pool, directed by Matoko Nagashi. Huh. One summer day, 400 goldfish were found in the swimming pool of a secondary school. This is a story about the 4 15-year-old girls who put them there. Weird. Don't know if I'm going to try to find that one or not. And you know what, Sarah? Someone who was supposed to be put on fire because your profile picture is a portrait of a lady. I hope I accomplished that. I think I probably did that with just the crash thing, so that should be fine. I can feel my roasting energy slowly slipping away, though. I'm not roasting as good as I normally do. So, Sarah, I apologize if you're waiting a long time for this, but that is your roast. And you know what? I don't apologize, because that's as good as I've ever goddamn done it. It's not true, but I'm allowed to lie about things, because I'm roasting people. That's how this all works. So, I guess probably you guys want to find out what's next on the Cinemateq Top 100, right? I bet you do. So why don't we find out? And now we're going to find out what's tied for 17th place. Oh yeah, less and less and less. And I think I'm going to do every film up until tied for 11th. So we'll do about 10 films, but the rankings are going to change. So, tied for 17th place. You guys got any picks? You got any guesses? Ooh, I bet you might. I bet you might. Come on, give them to me. Give them to me. I love them. Rope rated appropriately. Green Book is rated appropriately. You forgot to add mean to that question. What was I saying? She is beefing with the entire Cronenberg family. I hate that. I hate that a lot. All right, here we go. Tied for 17th in the Cinemateq Top 100 in alphabetical order. The films are Fight Club, Mulholland Drive, Spirited Away, The Empire Strikes Back, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So there you go. To whoever said that we wouldn't be seeing any more animated films, you were wrong. Because here we are, having Spirited Away, tied for 17th. And now we're going to continue on, and we're going to see what films are tied for 14th. Still less and less, only 3 films this time. So let's see what they are in alphabetical order. Do the Right Thing. Star Wars. Taxi Driver. There you go. All of the films that are tied for 14th place. Depending on how some of these have gone so far, you'd think we'd have Joker coming up soon, right? Anyways, next we're going to be doing tied for 11th. So these will be the last 3 that we do, and then we'll do another roast, and then we're going to do the final films in the top 100. So let's see what we got going on tied for 11th in, once again, alphabetical order. Alien. Blade Runner. Hey, Ridley Scott double bill. The Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. So there you have it. Those are all the films tied for 11th. I see Seb saying that you hate these ties. Well, you should have voted differently then, and there would have been less ties. But no, I think that it's a fair point to make, and for next year I will allow voting to go a little bit longer, and I'll try to engage a larger audience to vote on them. And I think if we were to get up into like the 250 people voting, the ties would really stop being a problem, or at least would be less of a problem. Actually, you know what? There would still be ties, but there would be like much less grouping for one. Where did the voting happen? Here. I had a ballot actually that might still be linked in the description box below. Yep. But don't worry, Ayumi. You would have only been allowed to do 1 ballot, and all of your other personalities would not have been allowed to vote, and I would have disqualified them. Don't ask me how I would have known, but I would have known. So why don't we now move on to breathe in, breathe out, and now we roast Sean 25. 07 maybe, or Sean. That's what I'm going to call you from now on. And it looks like we're getting to Ferris Bueller. It's his day off after all. He's vacationing. But don't worry, Ferris, we're not going to take it easy on you. Mostly because you're in the UK and you live a mighty life of privilege, so naturally I'm here to punch you in the face, metaphorically. And it looks like you've seen a healthy number of films, Sean. 2,851. Oh my goodness. That's almost 1,000 less than me. Cinephile Supreme still reigns, baby. And you have 18 lists. You've seen 121 films this year. And maybe, just maybe, you're doing the film watching thing right. You're still going outside. You're still touching grass. You're still saying hello to some friends. But you're seeing some movies. And now let's talk about those movies, Sean. And you know what? I see that you have in your favorite films Scream, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Superbad, and The Exorcist. And I just can't help but look at Scream and look at The Exorcist and think that you must be full of shit. I understand putting The Exorcist on that kind of pedestal. It is a fantastic movie that I am a big fan of. But to then put Scream right beside it, or even, if I'm reading this properly, above it, you must be trying to take a shit in my mouth and possibly peeing into my eyes, something that I am not into at the same time, Sean. So what the fuck is this? How do you justify this? How do you go from some meta-narrative slasher nonsense and put that above one of the all-time foundational horror films that shifted the way that horror was done in 1973 when it was released? How dare you? It's almost like putting Ferris Bueller's Day Off right beside Superbad, 2 films that were certainly influential as comedies, but one clearly is more influential than the other, and therefore better. Influence is key. That's how rating films works. Don't worry, you'll learn that as you go on down through your life. Moving on now to his recent activity, we see that Sean has not watched anything recently that is influential at all. Amina? Apparently that's something on Netflix, and therefore it is bad. We also have Total Recall, which, if we're being totally honest, is a sneaky Blade Runner remake, and we should all acknowledge it as such. We also have The Promise at 2.5 stars and The Life of Head. But you know what? I can't actually comment on any of these because you gave me no words, Sean. Why aren't you giving me words? Well, actually, it looks like you did give me words for Puppet Master Dr. Death. Look at the way that Doctor is spelt. That should probably tell you all you need to know about this movie, and you can skip it. But Sean here, they decided it would be a good idea for them to actually watch it. And they said, one of these was bad enough. Why did they make 14, and why did I decide to watch all of them? Well, I think you just answered your own question, Sean. It's your fault. It's your fault in particular. Before you came along, they only made 10 Puppet Master films, and they only sold like 30 tickets overall for all of them. But then you came along and watched all of them, and now they're like, well, shit, I guess we have to make more. Because this Sean guy really loves these Puppet Master films. Shit. Gosh dang. You also have a half-star review for The Bye Bye Man. The scariest part about this is that it actually got made. There are just so many bad films that shouldn't have been made. So many. What will really tingle your spine is finding out how many films never get made because someone thought they weren't good enough. Think about how bad The Bye Bye Man is, and then realize that it was one of the lucky films that got made. Scary, right? And just as a quick aside, I think the stat is usually that like 10 films make it to like pre-production, but only one of them make it to actual production or something like that. I think that's what it is. It's like a 10-1. It's not like, it's not pitch, because I think like hundreds of films are pitched and only one film will get made out of those pitches. But yeah, I think it's like for every 10 films that make it to pre-production, only one get to screen. So yeah, it's hard out there to be a filmmaker. Not for the people who made 65, though, because that movie is a piece of shit. What did you say about it? Adam Driver and Dinosaur seem like a good combination, but they failed to make it so we can connect with the characters, and I just wanted to be immersed in the world they tried to create. You see, that's not the reason why it's bad, though. The reason why it's bad is that it's stupid. The script is stupid, it's poorly written, and the person who's behind it should have read some actual goddamn science fiction, or maybe just a book on how to write a screenplay. It's atrocious. It's an atrocious script that makes no fucking sense, that is full of plot conveniences. If the characters had been exactly the same, but a competent person had actually written this stupid-ass film, it could have been passably good. Like a 2.5 to 2.5 star film. I'm confident of that. Without that, though, with having the person write it who wrote it, and obviously I can't speak, I shouldn't be talking about someone's ability to write, but still, they just shit the bed. They shit the bed real hard. And I know, Sean, I'm not roasting you right now. I'm roasting the writer of 65, who is someone by the name of Scott Beck and Brian Woods. Also the people who directed it. Boo. Have they written anything else? They wrote A Quiet Place? Oh, geez. Oh, God. That must have been their lucky one, huh? All right, let's move on to the list as we try to forget that A Quiet Place was written by really bad writers. We will move on to my favorite movies of all time. Just kidding, no we won't, that's boring. Ooh, movies you think are overrated. Oh, Sean. Oh, Sean. Are you trying to impress me right now? Because it's fucking working. You put La La Land in your most overrated films list? Nice. Also, Scream 4 in here? That's bullshit. I'm no longer impressed with you. But yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody, super overrated. I agree with that one. And a few of these I'm also going to disagree with. The Whale is properly rated if you look at it as a Brendan Fraser acting vehicle and nothing more. Star Wars ranked, MCU movies ranked, Batman ranked, boring, boring, boring. Every DreamWorks movie I've ever seen ranked. That's a lot of DreamWorks films. Congratulations on being a teenager. Fast and Furious movies ranked. Nah. I mean, all right, fine, let's look at it. We don't get these lists very often. Furious 7, nah, I'd put probably Furious 5, Fast 5 or Furious 6, number 1. Fast and the Furious is also like just a fun Point Break ripoff, so it's got good stuff for that. Yo, Fast X's number 5 is bullshit. This is like one of, if not the worst Fast and Furious films. Like it is horrendously bad. You gave it 4.5 stars too? Oh, Sean. Oh, Sean. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Also, I will say that Hobbs and Shaw over F9 is a dumb take. A really dumb take. Like, you probably shouldn't be shot for it, but you might need to be arrested. That's what I'm going to say. Every David Fincher movie I've seen ranked. Hey, guess what? Social Network is first. Social Network is first. Therefore, we've got a real film bro on our hands. Hurrah! You know what? I actually am curious about your Mission Impossible movie ranking because I'm going to go see Mission Impossible tonight in a couple of hours. So I would actually say that Fallout is the best Mission Impossible film. I think that's pretty clear. I think this is tough now. I think you're probably right about the original Mission Impossible. It's a little wonky, but it still has a lot of really cool moments in it. I would put Rogue Nation. No, I would. I would probably put Ghost Protocol over Rogue Nation. Wait, did I do that with these? I think I gave Rogue Nation a 3, didn't I? Oh wait, yeah, no. Rogue Nation has Rebecca Ferguson. Never mind. You know what? I think this is right. I think this is correct. Good work. That's the last nice thing I'm going to say to you. Because it's now time to look at the films, Sean. It's time to look at how you have the films lined up, Sean. I want to see these half stars. Oh, these are mostly things that I would agree with. God damn it. Cuties, Last Airbender, Dragon Ball. Okay, I mean, really the first thing that I can say here based on how many half stars you've given out is what are you doing watching so many terrible movies? Like, we've covered this before on the channel, but Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong 420, Evil Bong High Five, like, you're just doing this to yourself, you know? You're your own worst enemy here. The Amazing Bulk from 2012, Jesus Christ. I feel like that's somehow a reference to the original Power Rangers series. And yeah, like Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Wait, what? What? Who did this? Who decided this was a good idea? Did this person turn into like a normal actor who did normal things? Yeah. How did their career survive doing Ace Ventura, Pet Detective Jr.? What is this garbage? I feel gross. I feel very not good anymore. Yeah, I know. That's weird. That's bad. Gotta watch horrendous movies to make the good movies even better. I mean, there's a limit, though. There's a difference between watching, like... Okay, wait, hold on. I gotta find a good example. There's a difference between seeing something like Avatar, which is a half-star film here, and watching Evil Bong High Five, you know? There's a difference between watching Solo, which also has a half star here, and watching, like, The Hot Chick. Actually, no, I should have used The Hot Chick in my example. There's a difference between watching Sharknado 3 and watching The Hot Chick. I've seen The Hot Chick, haven't I? Pretty sure I've seen The Hot Chick. Have I not seen The Hot Chick? I'm pretty sure I've seen this. I'm pretty sure I watched... Wait, directed by Tom Brady. No. Okay, it's a different Tom Brady, everyone. Calm down. Calm down. False alarm. False alarm, everyone. False alarm. Yeah, let's turn this around. Let's see what's on the top end. Because I guess they're watching so many bad films. They're going to have lots of great takes on what the best films are, right? I doubt it. So what do we got going on here at 5 stars? You're saying that Twin Peaks is as good as Purple Hearts. That's incorrect. And you know that. You know that. You know that. What even is this movie? Is this like a romantic thing about like military people? Yeah, gross. Oh my god, does she have love tattooed on her hand? She didn't even do it in the cool way where you go like love across the knuckles. Lame. Also, everyone in the chat, let me know what my knuckle tattoos should eventually be. What 2 4-letter words should I have here? Like film buff? That would look stupid. I would, oh god, it would be kind of rad though, wouldn't it? Like that's one where I would definitely have to wait for my parents to die before I got that tattoo. And probably every other person in my family and probably every other person that I know. If I am the last person of my friend group alive when I'm like 95 and just chilling, I will get film buff tattooed on my knuckles. I promise you that. I'm not going to do that. Please no one hold me to that. And if you do, I'll just say that you're my friend and therefore we get out of it. So, ha! Take that. So what else is going on here? What else is a 5-star film, apparently? Rise of the Guardians? Hell no. Hell no. Hunger Games Catching Fire? Also a no. Just a no. Just a very simple, emphatic no. Tenacious D in the Pick of Destiny? You get stoned a lot, don't you? Now trying to find confirmation that you smoke weed. Ah, The Conformist. There we go. That's actually a good movie. Wait, Sing Street? Oh. Rookmeister Harmonies? The hell is this? Oh, it's a Bela Tarr film. How long is it? It's only an hour and it's only an hour or 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's not bad for a Bela Tarr film. These are pretty much all wrong, but hey, they have Sans Soleil in there. I mean, you know, Sans Soleil is great. Number one in our hearts, although not for everyone, I suppose. Die Hard. This is the thing, though. Die Hard and 21 Jump Street are next to each other. It's wrong. It's just wrong. Die Hard is great. 21 Jump Street is good, but it's not as good as Die Hard. So you drop it. You drop it down. You make this relational, you know? You got to make all this stuff work together. Jeez Louise. I will say, though, that you do have, like, a fairly good combination of, like, not pulpy films. That's not what I'm trying to say, but, like, those sort of, like, big budget spectacle films and some of those more culty films like Terminator 2, Jurassic Park, Evil Dead 2, you know, those kind of types of movies. But you're also getting in some more rare films like that Bela Tarr film or La Jetée or Sans Soleil, as it was pointed out. And I think we'd probably see more. Yeah, another one here is Beauty and the Beast from 1946 or La Beast et la Bête, if you want the original French. That's probably not the real original French, but it's close enough. There's probably more of those in here somewhere. Little Fockers. Yeah. That's a not very well-known art film, Little Fockers. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. Very important film to the canon of Western cinema. So if you haven't seen Little Fockers yet, you should, because it's excellent. It's an excellent movie that changed the course of Western filmmaking traditions. Little Fockers sounds French. I wonder what the French title is for that. This is something that I would love to see more of from here. Like, see how they have, like, the releases? I also want, like, this is great. This is a great resource. I didn't actually realize this was here. But I also want to know what the film was called in these countries. Also, check this out. Little Fuckers in the USA, PG-13. Germany, though, you just gotta be 6 years old. Europeans, man. They know how to fuck up their kids. Ted at 5? Yeah, I mean, probably not. This person's definitely going way too hard on 5. Like, the fucking Pokemon movie is here. Daddy's Home is also here. You know what? The first page was a lot better than this. This is a big step down in overall quality in terms of the films you're giving 5 stars to. What is your... Okay. Most of the films are getting between 3 and 4 stars. Could be a little bit more distributed down here. Especially considering the absolute trash films that you watch. I'm surprised that we're not getting a lot more films like 2 and lower. That's blah. The Handmaiden is rated 12 in French. Or in French. In France? Yeah, but it's France. Yeah, but it's France. Or French, as I will now call it. French is just how it sounds in my accent, you know? I just say, wow, look at them damn Franchies. Franchies everywhere. Holy topoly. All right there, Seanarino. That's your roast. I hope you liked it. I hope it was a good time for you. Now, we have, finally, the end of the Cinemateq Top 100. So I'm going to need you guys to tell me. I'm going to need you guys to tell me right now. What's number one? What's the number one movie? Give me the goods in the chat right now. What movie is number one? Because we're going straight on now. We're going from tied to ninth, I think. Yeah, we're doing tied to ninth all the way down to number one in a row. So what is number one? Timmy's saying King Kong. We'll see. How would I rate Asteroid City? I believe I rated it a 3.5 star. Sean saying Silence of the Lambs. Didn't that one already show up? I don't remember, actually. I'll have to go back and see what the other films were. Well, you're not going to have time for that. My guess is 2001 Morbius says, yay, Walter. God, if you're right, I'm going to punch this screen to death. But I also can't reach my screen with a solid right hook, so that could mean anything. Also, Ella's saying The Shining. Interesting. Well, why don't we find out, finally, what films are in the Cinemateq Top 100? Meet the Parents? Could be. Probably also rated 6 and up in Germany. So, let's find out what we're doing. And first, we're going to be starting off with, tied for 9th in alphabetical order. Here we go. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Whoever said that there was no more animation in the list really fucked up. But there you go. Next, tied for 9th, Whiplash. And those are the only 2 films tied for 9th. So now, on this next one, we are finally getting a film that is not tied. Just 8th place. Solid, secure 8th place all by itself. And that goes to Back to the Future. Whoa. And now we once again get back into the ties. Here we are, tied for 4th. 3 films. What are they? First up, in alphabetical order, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Seeing a little bit of recency bias in this list, but you know what? That's okay. Next up, Parasite from 2019. Also a little bit of recency bias, but that's fine. That's fine. And the final film that's tied for 4th, The Godfather. Oh wait, is it not the final film that's tied for 4th? No, there's one more. There's one more after The Godfather, and it is The Shining. So, we have 3 films left, and they are all individual. None of them are ties. So if you are keeping score at home, the only places to not be involved in a tie are 1st, 2nd, and 8th. Yeah, it's a lot of ties, I know. But it's still a good list. Sort of. We'll talk about it. So, what's next? What are the last 3 films? What are the last, and I'm going to hold off on this. I'm going to milk this for as much as I can. What are the last 3 films? 3, 2, 1. What are they? You tell me, chat. You tell me. The Emoji Movie number 1. Sean, if that's true, I'm going to go back and roast you again. I just got here, so I don't know, says Layla. Oh, hi, Layla. Thanks for joining us. Just recently watched it. What, the Emoji Movie? Or Christmas with the Cranks, says Trash Grin, in the top 3. Y'all are picking some some meme ones. I don't know if that's going to be true. Donnie Darko, 2001: A Space Odyssey. We've seen Donnie Darko at least 3 times a day. If all 3 of those people had voted in the Cinemateq Top 100, Donnie Darko would have made it in, tied for 97th. But they didn't, so it didn't. This list is wild. Oh, yeah. And we've got 3 more to go. Ella's also saying The Shining, but The Shining is number 4 already. It's tied for 4th. So top 3, obviously nowhere else on the list. 2001, Apocalypse Now, and Zed. Dude, I would love for Zed to be in this top 3. Actually, you know what? That's a sick top 3 because I voted for all 3 of those films. So I'd be fine with that. But we've already had Apocalypse Now, so sorry. 2001, Come and See, and Harry Carey. Interesting. I think we've already had Come and See, but we haven't had Harry Carey in 2001, so possibly. Is it time to find out the answer? I think it might be. So why don't we get right into it and find out. The 3rd place film in the first ever Cinemateq Top 100 is The Shawshank Redemption. And don't you all feel silly for not guessing that The Shawshank Redemption would be on this list. Come on now. It's everywhere. It's at the top of the IMDb Top 250. It's probably in the Letterboxd Top 250. How did you guys not guess Shawshank Redemption? Goodness gracious. It's almost like the 20 or so people who voted for this are not actually in the chat. You were about to say it, Timmy? Sure you were. So now let's go and find out what film number 2 is. In second place on the Cinemateq Top 100. For the very first time, our second place film is 2001: A Space Odyssey. Oh boy, that's a big one off the board, which means we must have an even bigger film for number 1. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? Who knows for sure? Why don't you just stick around and tell me in the chat what you think the number 1 film is? Let's go King Kong, says Tim. He's still going for that King Kong one. I don't know. For Dan, who recently said 2001, Tarantino and Blade Runner. Blade Runner was already on here. So you're thinking this is a Tarantino film? We got someone saying it's Salò. 2 people saying it's Salò. Could you imagine if the number 1 film of all time was Salò or 120 Days in Sodom? We got Ray also saying Salò. We still have a chance for Emoji Movie. That's true, Sean. That's true. There's still a chance. So what is it going to be? We got the Face of Joe saying 12 Angry Men. Paolo saying La La Land. No, La La Land has already been mentioned, but there's still some big ones. There's still some big ones out there. Layla's saying, wait, what are we waiting for, Layla? What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Well, you know what? I think maybe we have waited long enough, because it's time for us to reveal what the number 1 film of all time is, according to the Cinemateq community. The very number 1 film for the very first ever Cinemateq Top 100 is 12 Angry Men. Another one that I can't believe most of you didn't guess, except for that one person, the Face of Joe. Good job. So there you have it, everyone. The Cinemateq Top 100. And now that that has been released, I will go to my lists. And I think this is the only private one that I don't want anyone to see, so I'm not leaking anything here. Editor delete. Public. There you go. So, everyone head on over there. Let me know what you think of this list in the comments on that list. And let me know how many of these films you've actually seen. And if we want to, we can even go back and take a look at this list. So here we go. Apparently, I've seen 91% of these films. So here you go. Once again, these are all presented in alphabetical order for ties. And if you go to the notes, it'll tell you what the ties are, so you can keep track of that. And also, just the final explanation here. There were a lot of ties. Ties are indicated in the notes. The list ends at 96 because there is a 40-way tie for 97th. If you want to bully me into having those 40 other films at the end, good, you can try. Please try. Once again, you can do that in the comments. And I think I could probably do one more roast. So we're not done quite yet. No one run away. But I just want to take a look at this, just scroll through this, maybe give my thoughts on it. And one of those thoughts is that definitely this is a film bro list. This is 100% a film bro list. And I'm not saying that's anything to be ashamed of, but I am kind of surprised, honestly. And I think that maybe one of the reasons for that, why this film is so heavily dominated by quote-unquote film bro picks, is that those are films that are easy to coalesce around, whereas films outside of the film bro canon, there are so many that I think it becomes difficult for those films to amass enough votes in order to move up in this kind of situation, right? So I think there's probably cases where people are putting in 4 or 5 films that they would consider to be like personal favorites that not a lot of people know about, but then they're also going to be putting in like The Shining and 2001: A Space Odyssey, and then those ones are what everyone is doing, and then they all move up the list. Only 4 of my votes got into the top 100. Damn, that's rough. I don't know how many of mine got in. I did 2001 and I did The Shining, so there's 2 in the top 10, which is nice, although not really in the top 10. Actually, no, that is really the top 10. I also did Blade Runner, so there's 3. Haha. But yeah, I also will just say that I think the only film directed by a woman in this whole list is Portrait of a Lady on Fire, which once again is more of just indicative of how many films are directed by men these days, and especially in the olden times, and just films that are directed by women are at a natural disadvantage in this kind of a poll. But hopefully, as more films become seen and more people watch more films directed by women, this will slowly change and we will get more films directed by women in here. So yeah, overall, I think it's a good list. I think it's a film bro list for sure. There's some nice surprises in it, like Scream, Your Name. Some films that I think probably wouldn't show up in any other place but the Cinemateq community, right? Like, I don't think Scream would show up in a top 100. I don't think Possession would show up in a top 100. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, never guaranteed to show up in a top 100. And I think it's just indicative. Princess Mononoke is another good one. Spirited Away. I mean, Spirited Away usually shows up, but Princess Mononoke usually doesn't. So, and House, obviously. There's got to be some horror people in here who are just voting all these horror movies up. So that's pretty sick. But yeah, overall, a lot of really good films here. Not going to deny it. I just wish that there were more women directors, and I wish that it was a little less film bro-y. But you know what? You know what? That'll come with time. Or maybe it'll become more film bro-y. Who knows? Who knows? Fallen Angels is the best wanker film, no joke. What? What does that mean? American Psycho is directed by a woman. Oh, that's right, Squidward. You're right, you're right. Thank you. Okay, 2 films. 2 films. After Sun is also directed by a woman. Hey, 3 films. That's right. Shit, I forgot about those. I'm a dummy. Damn, I'm uncultured. Well, the best way to get cultured is by watching some of the films on this list. What we've got on the other films people voted for that only got 1 vote. Oh, films that only got 1 vote? There's a lot. There's a lot of films that only got 1 vote. I can't go through them all. Brokeback Mountain is, of course, not here. Sigh. I still hate society for mocking that tragedy. Maybe it'll move up. You got to bring in your friends, Knox. You gotta bring in a whole cohort of people to vote alongside you, but not in a ballot stuffing way. See a lot of good here too, for sure. For sure. And like, yeah, I'm glad that Do the Right Thing is as high as it is. I'm glad that Alien is as high as it is. You know, maybe the Godfather films didn't need to be here, but you know what? That's just whatever. It's just whatever, you know? I would have voted for The Gays. Well, then why didn't you vote? You had weeks. You had weeks to do it. All right, everyone. So I think we are going to do one more roast. One more roast now that the Cinemateq Top 100 has been revealed. And I'm going to do this roast because the person who is going to get roasted is in the chat. And they've been coming to the chat for a while. I recognize them. And I want to give them a little bit of a send-off. So here it is. Your last roast of the evening. If you super chat, I will roast you next time because I gotta go watch Mission Impossible. Here we go, everyone. It's the goddamn roast of Tshquidward, or I'm just gonna call you Squidward from now on. I don't care about your stupid little misspelling of this name. I do care about this profile picture, though, being absolutely goddamn terrifying. There are actual teeth right there. You can see them. It's making a V, and then there's bottom teeth. There's only bottom teeth. Do you know how terrifying it is to see a clown with only bottom teeth that are exposed in a fucking semicircle? I would really appreciate it if maybe you changed your profile picture to something that wasn't so devastating. Holy shit. But hey, look, they've got a bio. That'll be fun. High strung and low hung. Oh God, someone's talking about their penis in the bio. Great. This is what we need. This is what we really, really need. Apparently you're also a big movie guy. Nice. Hold on. If you're low hung, does that mean that it's a big penis? Or that it's a small penis? Because low I would typically ascribe to something that is smaller. But if it's low hung, that means that it's hanging further down, right? Oh, very large. Thank you for clarifying in the chat. You have a very large penis. I am definitely never going to mention that again in the entirety of this roast. So, I'm fairly new to Letterboxd and started logging films late in the year. It's probably because you faint too much from having a big dick. My reviews are a bunch of rambling bullshit as an attempt to learn and understand a little about the movies. So when I come off as an asshole, which I undoubtedly do, just blow me. I would, but your dick is too big. I do, though, try to say a little... Wait, what? I do, though, try to say a little something of value for most movies I watch. I'm a hungry student of the film game, so I'm trying to constantly learn, constantly watch new movies, and try to appreciate this medium until one day I'm the one making shitty movies. Anyway, I'm rambling again. And way to bring that big dick energy into the bio, saying that one day you too will be making shitty movies. I really hope that's true for you. I can't wait to give your shitty films a half star. Eventually. Eventually. Not yet, because you haven't made them. So let's take a look at these favorite films. We've got The Secret of Santa Victoria, The Wizard of Oz, Once Upon a Time in America, and It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World. And the only thing here that I can really say is that this top 4 is making me mad, 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 mad. I live in a mad, 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 mad world, a very mad world, because you have here a film, Once Upon a Time in America, that was devastated before it was released initially. It was supposed to be Sergio Leone's masterwork, and that's saying a lot considering this is the man who directed Once Upon a Time in the West and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and yet this was supposed to be his masterwork. And then you know what the studios did with it? I bet you do, Squiddy. They fucked it. They cut it, they chopped it to death. And that is bullshit. And just seeing it there makes my blood boil because it reminds me of how stupid Hollywood executives can be. You also have The Wizard of Oz, a film where someone literally hung themselves because it was so shitty to work on, and a film called The Secret of Santa Victoria, something that I'm sure you say to people when you try to get them to guess how big your penis is. It's The Secret of Santa Victoria. I'm Santa Victoria. Guess what my secret is? Come on. Actually, what is this movie? It's a film by Stanley Kramer, who would later be featured in the film Kramer vs. Kramer, probably. And, I don't know. It doesn't look like much. During World War II, Italian villagers hide their wine from the German army. That seems like the most low-stakes World War II film that has ever existed. And therefore, I do not want to watch it. But what I do want to watch, or at least take a look at, is your recent activity, because you actually give me reviews. And first of all, we are going to drill down on this review for Beavis and Butthead Do America, which you gave 4 stars. This is one of the first movies that I can remember actually watching and loving it just as much as I do now. It's truly hilarious whole way through. I said asshole. I tried. Right. So this is the kind of humor you can get away with when you have a big dick, huh? Man. I wish I didn't have to rely on my brains as much. They should have made... Oh, this is, by the way, a review for Mrs. Doubtfire, which you gave it 3 stars to. A little bit low, probably. They should have made Dick Tremaine... Pierce Brosnan more unlikable. I kind of just feel bad for the guy, and Robin is an absolute fucking treasure, obviously. So you gave it 3 stars because Pierce Brosnan wasn't enough of a dick? There's probably a dick joke I can make there, but I'm not going to do it. It's a little bit too easy. The Apology is another film that you gave 2.5 stars to, and I don't know what this is. I feel like maybe you should be giving me an apology for making me look at this bullshit. 20 years after the disappearance of her... 20 years after the disappearance of her daughter, a recovering alcoholic is preparing to host her family's Christmas celebration when her estranged brother-in-law arrives unannounced, bearing nostalgic gifts and a heavy secret. Whoa, I hope the heavy secret isn't his own dick. That would be too bad. Big dicks are the worst. Everyone in the chat, let me know what you think about big dicks. Not a fan, personally. And that is about all. And wait, you only have 2 people following. Oh no, you only follow 2 people. Who's this other person you follow? Daddy's home, me, I'm daddy. Jack, you're here just in time for me to talk about dicks all the time. Co-host of the Film Talk podcast. This is someone named Rory, and they have 2,000 followers, which is more than me, but not by much. And I've seen way more films than them, meaning I am still the cinephile supreme. So thank you for following me, Mr. Squidward, and I guess I'm going to look at your list now. I'm just glad that you actually have someone like me, a true cinephile, to turn to when you want actual, real, good film opinions. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. So, what are your lists? Stanley Kubrick ranked? Boring. Paul Thomas Anderson ranked? Boring. Stanley Kramer ranked? Kinda. Excuse me. Kinda boring, although we very rarely see Stanley Kramer lists like this. In fact, we don't we don't see this list at all. I didn't realize that both A Mad, 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 Mad World and The Secret of Santa Victoria were both Kramer. Interesting. Also Inherit the Wind, but that's not like the original one, is it? Oh, it is the original one. Look at this Stanley Kramer doing stuff. The Defiant Ones. Did I see this? I have seen this. It's the one with Tony Curtis and Sidney Poitier. That's a good movie. Stanley Kramer, you're all right. I can't really say anything about this, about this ranking, though. Halloween franchise ranked? Halloween franchise ranked. All right, let's take a look at it here. All right, number 1 is correct. I guess number 2 and 3 are also correct. H2O. Yo, you know what? This is actually kind of a good list. Hold on. I mean, it's wrong because you have Rob Zombie's Halloween so low, and you don't even have Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 on here at all. So it's not even the complete franchise. So maybe work on that a little bit. But yeah, this is actually a pretty good top 4. Halloween, Halloween 3, Halloween 2, and Halloween H2O. Resurrection is funny. I think 4 is better than 5. Excuse me, I think 5 is better than 4. Halloween Ends is shit and should be way down at the bottom. Curse of Mike Myers is also shit and should be way down at the bottom. This Halloween remake should be above Rob Zombie's Halloween. But then Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 should also probably be ahead of Resurrection. I put that top 4. But you know what? It's not bad. It's not bad. Although Ends should definitely be down at the end. Definitely be down at the end. And no, I will not be reading the notes. I do not care at all. It looks like you also have a top 100 films of all time list. I'm not going to get too much into this because we've already established the greatest top 100 list of all time, the Cinemateq top 100 list, naturally. But there's some interesting films in here that I perhaps would like to see one day on the Cinemateq top 100 list, like All That Jazz. For sure, I would love to see All That Jazz on the Cinemateq top 100. What else would I like to see in the Cinemateq top 100 from here? Fuck, Black Christmas would be cool. Another little horror movie. Yo, JSA? Nah, dude. There are other Park Chan-wook films that are better than that. For sure. Also, Citizen Kane? Fucking boring, dude. Even though I know that's on the Cinemateq top 100, still a boring take. What else we got going on here? Cure? Interesting. Apocalypse Now? Cool. House? Also in the Cinemateq top 100. Man, I really wish there was a way to compare lists on this site. Anyways, hey, look at that. I've seen 69 of these. Nice. All right, Squidward. Let's take a look at the films that you've rated highest and lowest, and let's see if there's anything we can make fun of in there. Murder Mystery 2, all right. The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It at a half star, that is too low. I am no fan of that film, but I can at least recognize there's good film craft going on there. That's a 2-star film. That's ridiculously low. Also, how can you give Halloween Kills a half star? Oh wait, you also gave Halloween a half star. So you really hate this one. Wait, Halloween Ends gets a 1 star, but it's like in the middle of your Halloween list? I mean, I can also see these other Halloween films here, and like, why the fuck haven't you watched Halloween 2 yet? Come on. Also, someone in the chat saying that Infinity Pool is too low. Yup. Yeah, that's a solid, 3.5 star film? Yeah, that's what I said about it. Look at Mia Goth just sitting there thinking about how she's going to murder you. She's cute. Also, though, we got Joker down here at 1.5 star, but then we have Drive at 1.5 star, which is incorrect. What do I have Drive rated as? 3.5. 3.5s are hard to get, as far as I'm concerned. But you also have Leon the Professional down at 1.5 star, and it was directed by a pedophile, as we all know. Real weird to see Halloween 4 put on the same level as, like, Logan and Us. And even, like, Halloween and The Departed, you know? Halloween 4 is not a good movie. It's not. It's not even a good Halloween movie, really. So this is also wrong. This whole section here, Dazed and Confused, Serpico, even Boondock Saints, saying that any of these films is on the level of Halloween 4, that's wrong. That's wrong. They are all above it. Knock Halloween 4 down to like a 1, please, or a 1.5. It is not a decent slasher. It is in no way a decent slasher. 5 is a better slasher. It Follows 1 star? Seriously? I didn't notice that. Oh, you bitch. Cocaine Bear and It Follows both 1 star? No, dude. Like, Cocaine Bear sucks. It's 1 star or half star. But It Follows is like a solid 3.5 to 4. Did I ever rate it? Probably give it. You know what? I haven't seen it in a while, so I'll put it at 3.5. But that could easily get up into a 4. For sure. Saying that it's as good as, like, Space Jam? Fuck that. Fuck that. No, that's wrong. You're wrong. Stop being wrong. I don't think you will ever stop being wrong. Too many terrible opinions. Too many. I'm overloaded with them now. Let's see what's up top at the 5-star. Looks like it's going to be a lot of the films that you would expect to be 5 stars. Older films, festival films. Yeah. I mean, it just says it all, right? Wait, what is this? Top Secret. Oh, it's this. Yeah. It's a spoof film with Val Kilmer. Oh, I forgot. Oh, yeah, this Val Kilmer movie. Every day I realize I'm probably too easy on a lot of movies. Yeah, you got to start hating on movies more. Something I'm going to do soon is like try to come up with like a master list of like a film that represents every rank. And then when I decide to rank a film like that, my first question will be, okay, is this film actually as good as this film in the rank that I'm going to put it in? And if the answer is no, it drops down. I think that's going to make things a little bit easier for me to actually figure out like what rankings are going to be. You know, I think that'll make it a bit easier. Also, just seeing Beavis and Butthead Do America here tied with Come and See, like obviously that's a cinephile hate crime, a super cinephile hate crime. Congratulations, you got your little Street Fighter bar gauge up to max, and you've committed a cinephile super hate crime. Woo! Hopefully you don't like charge that bar up again, because I can't handle these cinephile hate crimes anymore. Although I'm not seeing many more hate crimes here, so I'll probably just leave it at that. Yeah, I'll probably just leave it at that. Oh, because I'm yawning. And now I have to go watch a 2.5-hour movie about possibly the end of the world? You know what? I am a little bit sad. And thank you very much, Squidward, for hanging around and for submitting yourself to the roasting. That's it for the roasting. Hope you had a good one. Hope you got a laugh out of that somewhere. And yeah, I'm kind of annoyed because I was thinking about doing Truly the Cinephile Supreme. Oh, thank you. But yeah, I was thinking about doing a video, like a review roast for the new Mission Impossible. And so I was looking at like some of the half-star reviews that are there already. And some people just like fully put spoilers in there with like not without tagging them as being spoilers. So I do know something that's going to be happening in this film, and I kind of wish that I didn't know that. But yeah. Also, I guess I can talk about something that's going to be happening on the channel, something that's going to be changing a little bit. I'm gonna start doing reviews again. Fuck it. I'm gonna start doing reviews again, and you will. I'm not going to be late. Don't worry. I'm already dressed the way I'm going to go. It takes me less than an hour to walk to the theater, and the film starts well after 10. So don't worry. I'm fine. But yeah, I'm going to start doing reviews, and it's going to start with the review for Mission Impossible 7 Part 1. I'm probably not going to go back and do reviews for movies that have already come out, because those will be like, they're not going to do very good in terms of, you know, the algorithm and whatnot. You have to be able to do something right around the time when people are interested in it, and I don't know that people are interested in Asteroid City reviews at this point. I don't even know if people are going to be interested in Mission Impossible 7 reviews, because a lot of the big guys have already released theirs, but that's what I'm going to do. And there have also been videos on this channel before where I looked at all of the films in a franchise or all of the films from a director, and I did a ranking video, and those are going to come back too. And I've got one planned for, I think, the end of next week. So you can look forward to that. Also, you guys may remember that in last week's live stream, one of you nice people super chatted and asked me to roast myself. Well, I took that roast, and I turned it into a video that will be going up on the channel tomorrow. So if you want to see some good roasting action, make sure you come back at around, I think it's going to be about 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's coming out tomorrow. So please come back and check that out. Should be a fun one. I already put the thumbnail in the Discord, so if you want to get a sneak peek at what the thumbnail is going to look like, join the Cinemateq Discord, link in the description box down below. And I think that's about all the little announcements that are coming out. But yeah, there's going to be a little bit of a change to the content, because I think I was getting a little bit frustrated with the review roasts, because not all films have enough trolly half-star reviews to actually do a review roast for it, right? And it just became difficult to justify doing review roasts, especially for films that I didn't really like. Like, you guys probably saw the review roast for The Flash, and that one was kind of tough because, like, I didn't really like it that much, but I still felt that I had to do it, and I don't want to do that. I only want to do review roasts for films that I genuinely think are incredible and that I feel a need to defend, right? So beyond that, then, I need other content that needs to come on the channel. So, yes, there will be reviews back on this channel. They will occasionally be coming as shorts if I see a film that's not going to be like, a big view getter, but I still want to let people know about it. Those will be coming out as shorts. I will be doing reviews, longer reviews of the bigger films, trying to figure out ways of doing it that are interesting, that'll actually get people's attention, kind of like what Karsten does, but not the same thing that Karsten does, because that's the only way you can really grow with it. And then also doing the ranked list, because I think it's a fun way of watching films from a bunch of directors that I haven't seen a lot of stuff for. The first one, I guess I'll just spoil this right now. The first one's going to be Christopher Nolan. I'm going to rank every Christopher Nolan film after I see Oppenheimer. So you can look forward to that coming out in the next couple of weeks. And then after that, I'm going to probably try to find like directors that are not as well known and just kind of for fun, like go through all of their films. I initially planned on doing one for Lee Chang-dong that I never got around to doing. So, the guy who directed Burning and Peppermint Candy, he's only got like 7 or 8 films. So like, why not? Why not do Lee Chang-dong and why not do Park Chan-wook? Like, that sounds great to me. I love to see a Poor Things review too when it comes out. Yeah, I might do that. Sure. Are you planning to wane off on roast live streams? That's not the plan. I'm still planning on doing live stream roast twice a week. Although if I find that I'm in a place where I need to get something done and to get it published for the weekend, maybe the Friday live stream doesn't happen. The Tuesday live stream will always happen. Even if they're not roasting live streams, I always want to be able to just like hang out and talk with people about movies on Tuesday nights. That sounds like a fun time to me. But yeah, it's the Friday one may disappear occasionally. Maybe it'll be a bit more in limbo. But yeah, it's gonna stick around. We got a lot of roasting still to get through. What about Insidious: The Red Door review? Probably not. And hello, 20th Century Cinema. I'm doing well. I'm also just about to leave because I have to go watch Mission Impossible. I'm just updating everyone on what's going on with the channel. So, I think you now have everything that you need to know. If you haven't already, please like this live stream, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, become a channel member if you so please. There are a couple of things happening there actually that I forgot to talk about. So the video coming out tomorrow, that is the me roasting myself video, that will be a censored version of that video because there's just a lot of profanity in it, and I'm wondering if maybe Google doesn't like some of my videos because I swear in them. So that's going to be a censored version of the film, or of the video, and then people at the Cinemateq level, which is the higher tier, will get access to the uncensored version of the video that'll come out the day after, but that will only be for members. You will only be able to see that if you are a member at the Cinemateq level. So you can go check that out if you just click on the join button down by subscribe. It's down there, I think. And yeah. Oh, and Jack, the top 100, we already did that. So there is the top 100 list if you're coming in here late. The Cinemateq top 100 list is now up on Letterboxd. You can just go and check it out. And it only has 96 films in it because there was a 40 film tie for 97, so I just cut those out. I may add them back though, just for fun. We'll see how I feel about it. With all that said, I think that's it. I think that's all. I think that's it. I think I need to go watch Mission Impossible, everyone. I think I need to go have an anxiety-ridden heart attack with like hundreds of other people, which will be fun. So thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry for this truncated version of the Tuesday night live stream, but I'm sure you can understand why it's truncated. Gotta watch a movie if I'm gonna review it. Oh my god. Dude, I just remembered that I'm going to have to be on like the review grind watching movies on Thursdays. Oh, God. All right, well, I'm going to do that anyways because I want to make content for y'all and I keep on talking about movies. So I'm just going to keep doing that. So goodbye to all of you. Have a good night. Keep watching movies. And I will see you on Friday because, yes, there will be a live stream this week. Probably. Join the Discord to keep up to date. In any case, see you later.